State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, celebrating 50 years of flavor. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. The future of education begins at ltu.edu. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. the Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. U.S. Navy, transform your life and become part of something bigger. Learn more about naval careers at Navy.com. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.
Last Friday night in September, and our Game Time Live journey takes us to the gorgeous facilities here at DeWitt High School, and a really fun matchup between DeWitt, longtime state power, and the undefeated Comets of Grand Ledge. Evan Stockton with you, Grant Perry's alongside, and we hear from Carol Lyles on the sidelines in just a second. Grant, we've been lucky so far this year. We've taken journeys all across our great state. Tonight we're just outside of Lansing, CAAC Blue Conference again, including these two squads loaded this year.
Yeah, and Mid-Michigan is not a conference, not an area to look over. Both these teams are coming in today with a really good pedigree. I mean, DeWitt is back-to-back appearances at Ford Field, and Grand Ledge has kind of flipped the script on their story, and they're 5-0 coming into this matchup. So I think we're in store for a real treat.
Grant and I are very lucky today because usually when you get ready to call football, you got to learn like 30 different last names. For DeWitt, you really only need to know one last name, Abram Larder is the wide receiver, and his brother Elliot's a darn good quarterback too.
Yeah, Elliott is a fantastic quarterback, really a do-it-all kind of guy, averaging 20 carries a game, over 500 yards rushing on the season with 9 rushing touchdowns added on top of that, and then sprinkle in 4 passing touchdowns as well.
And then on the other side for Grand Ledge, it's interesting. So their starting quarterback gets hurt a couple of weeks ago. They have to convert a wide receiver, Preston Bonnet, to be the quarterback. So far, so good. They haven't lost yet, Grant.
Yeah, they've kind of just kept it going. The train's moving. They did lose some things in the passing game with Jamison Patton being out for the season, but they have really good athletes that kind of take over the control. Preston Bonnet at quarterback is a running back receiver type build that is going to be controlling the offense today, along with Mac Foreman and others as well. So look for them to have a really big day on the run game.
Last year, the game between these two teams was 56-49. We can only hope this year is close. Going to be fun. DeWitt and Grand Ledge with a fire-breathing Panther for a scoreboard in the background. Let's have some fun tonight. Kickoff is next.
You might not realize it, but tonight, you made a difference. Tonight, you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time, you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry Howie's!
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything through barrages of whys and how comes. It now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that will forever allow curiosity to obscure the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. Lawrence Technological University.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Looking for a score, a schedule, a story? MHSAA.com has you covered. Our newly redesigned website has everything you need to follow high school sports in Michigan. And it's optimized for mobile use. Fans can submit scores on a Friday night, check playoff pairings and game times, or read about the student athletes from your community. Your first stop is MHSAA.com. Connect with us online and get everything you need all in one place.
Common decency not only between the lines, but outside the lines in our daily lives as well.
Back at DeWitt High School, gorgeous facility with that fire-breathing Panther scoreboard we may see a bunch tonight, and brand new turf. Band is on the field for homecoming night, and we pause for the national anthem.
To promote respect and equality for all. Let us as we join with the DeWitt High School Marching Band under the direction of Mr. Mike Norman and their playing of our national anthem.
Home of the Panthers, DeWitt hosting another excellent crowd for a great ball game against an undefeated team coming in. Grand Ledge walking into a homecoming environment tonight. For more in this setting, off we go to Carroll Eyes. DeWitt will get the ball first. They are in the home navy blue with the white numbers and that Panther logo on the helmet. DeWitt will be in the whites with the navy blue numbers. DeWitt gets the ball first, as Grant and I were just talking about in the open. Get ready to hear the last name Larner a lot. Elliott, the quarterback, will throw often to his twin brother, Abram. They're both juniors. They both look alike. And Grant, as we were just joking about, but it's kind of true. When you get ready for a football game, you got to learn a lot of different names. It's nice when the same name will account for a lot of the offense for DeWitt tonight.
Yeah, absolutely, and especially when both of them are so high in production for this team. I mean, we're going to see the ball in number 4, Abram's hand, and then it's facilitated by number 3, Elliott Larner as well. And a plethora of other athletes as well on this field tonight. A couple guys with some D1 offers, and then Grand Ledge brings their fair share of athletes to the party as well tonight.
Landon Pilcher, the senior kicker, want to kick this one off. Friday night, last week in September, big ball game in the greater Lansing area. Jensen Ridley on the return. Got a block on the outside, kept his feet, and stumbled across the 20-yard line. Grand Ledge, a nice job containing the return shy of the 25-yard line. So here comes that offense for DeWitt. Elliott Larner, junior quarterback, 760 passing yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 picks. But the kicker for Elliott, Grant, is how much he runs the football. 82 carries on the season coming into tonight.
When you look at the stat sheet, it just is a number that stands out, and I don't think it's going to differentiate tonight as well. I think he's going to carry the ball a lot as he is here.
Yeah, he's running first play, got a little bit of room on the outside.
Elliott Larner, the ball carrier, he's brought down by 25. Cooper Park.
Yeah, well, it is homecoming here at DeWitt, Evan, and you can just tell. I mean, the parade was coming through town when we pulled in. I heard there was pep assemblies all day. I heard the football players did a dance with the cheerleaders that I am just dying to see. But the vibes are just good down here, and we're ready for a good one down here, aren't we? We are. We're ready down here at DeWitt, Evan.
All I heard is the vibes are great. That's all we need on a Friday. Yeah, vibes weren't great on that play. Abram Larner wrapped up in the backfield. McAllister waiting for him. And now DeWitt's got a long way to go on second down.
DeWitt comes out with a good first run. They come back. They're going to this heavy package. They want to condense the formation and try to get a little misdirection, sneaky handoff type deal there. McAllister for Grand Ledge is all over it. He's a player to watch for tonight. Dominant on the offensive and defensive line for Grand Ledge.
Big loss makes it second down long. And a flag. Going to back up DeWitt even further.
Illegal procedure against the Panthers. That'll back them up 5 yards.
It is interesting, Grant, getting ready for this game. You and I, a couple of guys who have followed high school football so closely in Michigan for many years. And so many people across the state have heard about what DeWitt has done. Larner rolling, trying to throw. Now he tucks and he's wrestled down again. Ryan Beatty sets up third down long for Grand Ledge. I know it's early. We're barely a minute in. But the point remains with DeWitt. Yes, they've made the semis every year since 2018, but this year is different because there's so many young guys throughout that roster who are playing big minutes.
Yeah, and those guys are going to have to step up today and throughout the season. Speaking with Coach Rob Zimmerman, head coach for DeWitt, he really mentioned that the group of seniors that they have is a very a collective group, and they stay together. But they're not as vocal, and he's noticed some of these underclassmen have taken the role of that leadership, especially the guys that are on the field producing for them.
I got a long way to go. Larner's got a lot of time, and he's throwing a gorgeous pass to his twin brother, Abram. The initial signal is a first down. Third and a mile, no problem. One twin finds another, move the sticks for DeWitt.
Great combination there. They just go double post to the boundary, and they send the over route, Abram Larner, into the boundary. Collects the first down there. Big pickup there.
And a nice gain here, Grant, as Trav Moore. His full name is Traverse, but he goes by Trav, so that's what we'll call him. Good gain up the middle and into Grand Ledge territory.
Yeah, and Traverse Moore, we'll call him Trav today. He's another player that's going to be really touching that ball and really making a difference for them offensively and defensively.
This give to Larner. Didn't gain a whole heck of a lot, but enough to move the chains again. Larner, that connection, potent very early in the ball game. DeWitt moving. I think they may have thought that was third down because that's a Jalen Hurts tush push on first down, but you still gain a few yards, and you can't complain if you're DeWitt.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if it gets you 3-4 yards every time, keep doing it. They're lining up back into the running back wishbone here. Give it to Traverse Moore here.
Moore trying to backpedal his way across the 40. They won't give him past the 40. They'll give him right at the 40. Grant, for a couple of old Catholic League guys, seeing DeWitt running this Power O offense, man, this is just warming our hearts up here.
Yeah, and they're trying to set the energy and the tempo here. They're saying, hey, we're going to come out and we're going to run it right down the middle. Go ahead and try to stop us, Grand Ledge.
Right now, Grand Ledge cannot stop them. That is another first down. Once again, Larner moving the sticks.
And they're moving at a fast pace, DeWitt, that is. And they incorporated these one call is an all play. So they can go real fast. They throw up a couple boards that give you formations and direction, and they're off and running.
Another give to Moore. This time, nothing. Tyler Knesny, the first man to wrap him up. Mason Myers in there as well.
And we've seen a fair share of runs to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, and a few have been shut down. And they try to go to the middle there, but really good play there by Knesny. Really just plug in the middle. A fellow captain for that Grand Ledge team.
Quick drop, Larner. Fastball middle. His twin is wide open. Abram Larner, touchdown. Fire the Panther for the first time tonight. Packed to the gills on homecoming. One twin finds another for 6.
And the benefit to running this wishbone 3-back attack is that they can have options in the pass game, right? They lull you to sleep. Linebackers have to stay on their keys. Their keys are, hey, if the tight end blocks down, then you got to react to the run. But if he releases and doesn't come to block you, you got to follow him and cover him. They sneak Abram Larner right down the middle. Does a fantastic job. Collects his 5th receiving touchdown on the year.
to take over 1st and 10 from their 12-yard line.
But Bonet and the offense found a lot of ground game and a lot of room on the ground in that second half. Bonet fumbling the snap, tucking and running. There's that wide receiver athleticism. He's still on his feet. How in the world did he get a first down on that play?
I mean, just really good job of getting creative, right? It looks like they were coming out and going to throw the first play, kind of throw the whole stadium off their toes, right? They're going to be a running emphasis, running, major in the run game today. But they come out, they try to throw a pass, they kind of bobbles the ball, Bonet that is, Preston, and he makes something of it, gets a first down, and he's an elusive, great cutback, really good on his feet. So if he has an opportunity to run today through some holes with, untouched, with, the linemen get to the second level blockers, Grand Ledge can stay in this thing.
Little magic on first down to get another one. They'll run him again to the right, and this time not much. Few bodies for DeWitt combining on the tackle. One of the guys in there, big Andrew Neff, number 67, the nose tackle, whose brother is an O-lineman at Central Michigan. Rest of their starting defense, a few names you may recognize from that starting offense. They really like the defensive line. They say it's the best group. Dussault, Ryan, Neff, and Maxim, a very talented bunch at the front of the defense. They call it an adaptable 3-4. Low snap, Bonet, Fields, given the time to throw. A man is wide open, he missed him. Oh my goodness. Noah McCartney had the end zone in his sights.
Sometimes when he's so open, he's honestly covered. Those are some hard throws to make, especially when you don't have the every week of rep at quarterback. This is his going on his third week of getting these true QB reps. 3 weeks of practice. It takes some time to build that chemistry. That Preston had all offseason. Jamison, the quarterback that was injured, had all offseason to work with. Preston, I know wants that one back. He missed opportunity here, but they got to keep the drive going.
3rd down 10. You'd think Bonet is throwing. Just kidding. He's running right into a wall. Cooper Chambers, hello. Pad level wins. Cooper just won the pad level on that play.
Cooper Chambers, man, I got his name circled on my spotter chart right here because he is a guy that is a physical player at the point of attack. Watch him, you'll just see him meet him right in the hole. A form tackle, head on the side of the body, no head-to-head contact, straight in the chest. Really, really good tackle there and a good stop. And DeWitt's going to have the ball back here.
Forced to punt for the first time tonight. Oh, it's a high snap. This is a Grand Ledge disaster. Forced to fall on the football inside the 5. Terranova, the punter, saw that snap sail over his head. And that is the absolute last thing Grand Ledge could have happen.
And if you're Grand Ledge, you have to eliminate these plays from today. These are plays that you can't expect to win with, especially coming into a homecoming game that you want to spoil. You got to have better execution from the point of attack. DeWitt right here has the opportunity to go up 2 scores.
And we got another flag. That is the second penalty on DeWitt offensively. So now instead of 1st and goal from inside the 5, it's 1st and goal from just inside the 10 after they mark off the 5 yards on the penalty. Larner under center with those 3 backs behind him. Giving to his brother, Abram Larner, who is stopped short of the goal line, but still an excellent run. DeWitt knocking on the door.
Good touchdown saving tackle there from Ryan Beatty, one of their senior leaders on that defensive line.
Quick to the line they go. That's a give. That's a touchdown. Into the end zone goes Moore. Give me the fire. There it is.
That's awesome.
Say what you will about DeWitt football. You cannot say that their scoreboard is not sweet.
And just a little goal line wishbone here, just handing it to your tailback, Trav Moore, letting him do the rest of the work, add into the statistics. And that comes off of a play that Grand Ledge could have avoided, a bad snap on a punt that it could have been avoided.
Took him 2 plays after that bad snap of the punt to score a touchdown. And the home team, DeWitt on homecoming, absolutely rolling. Not even halfway through the quarter, and they're up by 2 scores already. I mean, Graham, when you pull up to a setting like this, you and I were having trouble finding parking before the game because of how many people are here. I mean, how can you not fall in love with football all over again at a night like this?
It really felt like a collegiate tailgate. It was a fantastic atmosphere. I mean, the parade, the cars, the whole shebang was going through the parking lot there, and the kids were playing around, and true Friday night light atmosphere. Couldn't have asked for a better one here on a homecoming in DeWitt.
Outstanding sports weekend in our great state of Michigan. Heard a rumor that the pro football team in town did well yesterday. One of the greatest Detroit Tigers of all time, Miguel Cabrera, getting a well-deserved send-off at Comerica Park. Red Wings have a preseason game tomorrow night. And high school football shining bright across the state all night tonight. DeWitt looks great early. Grand Ledge. A return here from the 5. Looking for room. And they find a little bit of it. That is Cooper Parks on the return, and Grand Ledge going to start across the 30. Yellow Flag Productions followed the super fans of Detroit's professional football team and their exploits, producing a new documentary, Roar in the D, a fan story. Documentary gets its premiere 12:30 on Sunday, October 1st, Channel 7 Detroit, and on the Yellow Flag Productions YouTube channel. First Place Ball Club walked into Lambeau last night and made the Packers look silly. That's a short gain on first down. Not very much for Grand Ledge and Mac Foreman on that play.
What a win in Lambeau. That was so fun to watch. Did you go anywhere special for that game? How
I was there, Grant.
No way.
I was.
What an atmosphere to be at.
Let me tell you. It's been on my bucket list my whole life to see the Lions play in Lambeau. I didn't have Lions win in Lambeau to go into first place on the list. Bonet, a late pitch, and another play that Grand Ledge wants back. Foreman just has to fall on it, and they got 3rd and a mile.
And they got to put themselves in better position right here. They're just going to run a speed option. They're trying to get to the perimeter, trying to put the ball in their playmaker's hand. Really good job there on the defensive line by Dominic Ryan, attacking the ball carrier. That's what you want to do. If you're the defensive lineman, you want to go right at him and make him make a decision, make him be decisive. He makes an error, and then sets him back a few yards here to make it a hard 3rd down.
They got to get to the 42. They'll just run it with Bonet. Hoping he's got some pixie dust, not going to find it. Tag team makes the tackle. Jacob Scorfar and Jack Scheiding, the tag team tackle.
2 good linebackers for that DeWitt defense. Jack Scheiding is a true sheener. A guy that is coming back off an injury, played last week, but didn't play in those first 3 games. A guy that they're really happy to have back. And then Jacob Scorfar, a true sophomore. We're not in college, but he's a sophomore here. One of the 3 freshmen to ever start on the DeWitt varsity team. So those are 2 guys to look out there for in the middle.
Good snap of the punt this time, and an excellent roll for Terra Nova. Thing is still rolling, and it dies at the 25. Alta Equipment knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction with industry-leading service and support. You can give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Grant, if you had just looked at the records coming into this game, You would think DeWitt's the 5-0 team and Grand Ledge is the team at 2-2. But early on, a lot of football to go, but early on, everything's going right for DeWitt.
Yeah, and this is just, when you get into the heart of the conference battles here in the state of Michigan, especially in this CAAC, you find out who's really, in the thick of things here. And DeWitt, it has the upper hand right now. Grand Ledge did lose their starting quarterback. I don't know how much that's playing into their play calling. But nonetheless, you got to roll out your best 11 on each side and go prove it.
That was a long developing play, and Larner could just find nowhere to go. Bonet, the quarterback, one of the guys in on the tackle. And now DeWitt, all of a sudden, way behind the chains. They'll move quick and get Larner to the gun. He keeps trying to get the yardage back. Can't get all the way back to the original line of scrimmage. 3rd down and a lot coming up.
Good job here by Grand Ledge's defense, making this a 3rd and 12. They're sitting right where they want to. If you're Grand Ledge, you're looking at what receivers are coming in and you're saying, hey, I'm not going to let 4 beat me. I'm not going to let 8 beat me. And you're going to do your best to cover all these guys.
Power formation, 3rd down long. Larner fakes and rolls. Incomplete. Hoping for Skofar. Just missed the sophomore tight end. It has been an outstanding week for tight ends. Heard a rumor the best one in football is dating the greatest pop star in the game currently. Grant, do you have thoughts on Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift's newfound love?
I do. I was just collecting my thoughts there. I just wanted to process that information. I am all about it. I love them. They're a power couple if they are dating, in fact. But love them. They bring an energy to the NFL. Brings in a new audience. It's really cool to see them interact.
Going to be good starting field position for Grand Ledge trying to get back in the game. Did you know you can reach a large family audience through high school sports? State Champs Network has recorded the journey of high school student athletes for over 2 decades. The successful Game Time Live during football season sold out. Opportunities are available for Game Time Live in the winter season. That includes boys and girls hoops, hockey, and maybe some cheerleading. Are you interested in getting your brand in front of a passionate and targeted audience? Reach out to John Watson. Our sales team will have more info. Jay Watson at statechampsnetwork.com. Powerful run for Foreman here. He just would not go down. And Grand Ledge, for the first time tonight, is into DeWitt territory across midfield.
They have an opportunity to turn this drive into something really positive, as things haven't been going their way so far. Unfortunately, someone looks like they're a little slow to get up. Hopefully, they're okay. But I want to see Grand Ledge keep giving it to Mac Foreman. I want to see Anthony Baker get involved, a freshman running back for them that's a bigger body frame and can run hard and break some tackles. So far we've seen Preston Bonet, and he's running hard, but you can't run by yourself, especially when you got a DeWitt defense, key in the run. So I want to see them get other people involved and try to hit the perimeter sometimes, maybe run in the middle there, and just find a formula that helps them get down and try to get into this game again.
Well, something that's not going to help that formula, the guy being helped off the field, is the multiple-year starting center, Ryan Beatty. So not only is this a Grand Ledge offense that lost its starting quarterback a couple of weeks ago, now they don't have their starting center, at least for the time being. McAllister, one of the starting D linemen, is now the center. Good snap to Bonet. Dropping to throw. Once again, he uncorks a deep ball. This time it's caught. This time it's a touchdown. Zachariah Jones, after Bonet dropped it in the bucket.
Well, that's what we call a dime. Threw it up to the great heavens and let it fall right into Zachariah Jones' hands. Zachariah Jones is a slot receiver that possesses a lot of speed. They want to get him into open space. He beats his defender right there, Brandon Beckner. Does a fantastic job of staying on his feet, avoiding the tackle, and then scoring. That's huge. And then they set it up nicely, too. They kind of made it look like a little running back, quarterback sweep. Steps back, throws a bomb. They get on the scoreboard, and they quiet this homecoming crowd a little bit.
That's massive on so many levels. Yes, you quiet the homecoming crowd, but also don't forget, Earlier in that first quarter, Bonet had McCartney wide open for a touchdown. Missed him. Man, for a backup quarterback, a converted wide receiver to make a throw like that, after you missed a guy for a touchdown a couple minutes earlier, that says a lot about that quarterback for Grand Ledge.
Yeah, he's got a good head on his shoulders. He's going to be coming in today, expecting to make those throws, right? He stepped into the shoes of Jamison Patton, who was on pace for 2,000 yards, completing 65% of his passes. So those are some big shoes to fill, and they're not asking him to throw the ball 20 times a game, but when they are, they want him to try to do his best to complete those passes. Misses on the first one to McCartney, like you said, but comes back and throws a strike to Zachariah Jones.
Shout out to the Grand Ledge student section. They've showed up in droves tonight. I have no idea what the theme is. I'm going to guess it's some sort of neon.
It's like a bunch of Sharpie highlighters over there.
Seriously. I don't know if it's a good or bad look. All I know is you can't miss them. Grand Ledge back in it. Pilcher just made the PAT. Now he's going to kick it away. Chance for a return for Ridley. Slipped a couple of tackles, and then Grand Ledge rallies back to get him. He won't even reach the 25. The senior Jensen Ridley couldn't find any magic on that play. All right, DeWitt's offense back in the field. First couple of drives right down the field for touchdowns. Remember, because of a bad snap on a punt for Grand Ledge, that second drive for DeWitt started inside the 10-yard line. DeWitt started inside Grand Ledge's 10 and scored. Last drive, they went 3 and out. We see what happens here. Good-looking run play to start the drive. Tumbling across the 30-yard line. Robert Lilly's first carry of the game is a pretty darn good one.
Great carry, but I got to compliment. Did you see the ball security on that? I mean, 2 hands on the ball the whole time like a true fullback. Didn't just look north and south, had one direction. He only saw end zone. Good pickup there on first down by that fullback, Robert Lilly.
Second down short. Right back to Lilly. This run not quite as productive. Swallowed by McAllister in the middle. But it is enough. Good spot for DeWitt. And they got a first down.
A little bit of the pressure's kind of been put back on DeWitt, right? When you're up 14, you can punt, right? You feel good about it, 14-0. But when you give up a strike, it's 14-7. The urgency kind of steps up a little bit, and you kind of look at your teammates like, all right, hey, we got to go here. We got to enforce it. So I want to see if DeWitt can really capitalize on this drive and say, hey, we're here to stay.
There was movement along that line. Grand Ledge may have jumped. Or were they drawn off? That is the question. They do indeed rule neutral zone infraction on Grand Ledge. That is going to hurt. Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: the officials. And officials needed now more than ever. Go to MHSA.com for more info, because without officials, it's only practice. Shout out to all our hard-working officiating crews across Michigan all weekend long. Running right, Larner keeping those legs moving. And once again, DeWitt keeps the drive moving, another first down.
You're going to get a healthy dose of Elliot Larner. He is their quarterback, but he's averaging north of 20 carries a game. Second leading carrier is going to be his twin brother, Abram, averaging about 5.5 a game. And the list goes down from there. But he's kind of their main focal point, Elliot Larner, that is.
Came into the game with 82 carries in the first 4 games. He's still got that football after a creative fake. He is lassoed down right near the line to gain. It will be second down and short. And I'm sure Elliott, his family, all the DeWitt fans, and a few of the fans watching at home can't help but notice Elliott's resemblance to the last quarterback for DeWitt, maybe the greatest quarterback they've ever had, Ty Holtz. So far tonight, he looks the part. This is a direct snap to Reese Baker. And a first down for DeWitt. Man, those DeWitt teams, Grant, that were going to state championships, playing for them, winning them. Tommy McIntosh, Ty Holtz, excellent teams. Both those guys playing college football, but they're off tonight. Who knows? Maybe they found the ball game. If they're watching, thanks, guys. Ty's at Brown, Tommy's at Wisconsin. Direct snap. This is Moore, who scored a touchdown earlier. Fights ahead to the 35.
Good run there. I mean, 5 yards in a cloud of dust for Trav Moore, but he met Gavin Dussault right in the hole and wasn't denied, and kind of wrapped off and stumbled off the tackle and fell forward for a couple more yards. Trav Moore is running really hard in between the tackles. And then that last carry, too, is first time we've seen Reese Baker get a carry. Another good running back in that stable for them.
Off to the second quarter we go. Good one brewing at DeWitt. Leading the ball for the home team when you come on back.
You might not realize it, but tonight you made a difference. Tonight you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry
Howie's! I said I'd never join.
Then I wouldn't get to work on one of these.
Never knew how strong I was.
I figured I'd never get out of my hometown.
Or be the one who stops an attack.
Joining the Navy sounds crazy. Saying never actually is.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Lieboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Hey everybody, welcome back to DeWitt, and we've got some family ties here in the building tonight. The head coach of Grand Ledge is actually cousins with the athletic director here at DeWitt, and when I asked Coach earlier on in our meeting this week, is there any, trash talk that happens at family holidays? And he said, no, not really. Just I might trash talk him sometimes about that. He's in that administrative role and I'm coaching. But, Evan, I can't help but think that whoever wins this game is going to go into Thanksgiving dinner with a little bit of a one-up. I don't know. We'll see, but...
Well, this is Elliot Larner getting inside the 5-yard line. That'll help the DeWitt trash talk. Once again, Larner finding a lot of room.
Really good play call there. I mean, they make it look like it's going to be a reverse to the field, but it's just counter to the boundary here. And they do a fantastic job of getting the guys at the point of attack. Reese Baker with a great kick-out block, and then it's one-on-one with Kingston there as the DB, and really good there, really good play there.
Trying to push their way into the end zone, not going to happen. Short gain on first down. But just to finish the point. Yes, Kara, we agree with you. There is no earthly way that there's only slight trash talk going on at Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever the holidays are. I mean, look, when we pass time with family, we do it in the most American way possible. We make fun of each other. It's just what we do, man. That's a walk-in DeWitt touchdown. Second one of the night for Trav Moore. Let's see the smoke again. Home team rolling.
And Trav Moore has been running hard all night. I think that's why he's earning these reps at the goal line. He's not going to be denied. They snap him the ball. Elliott doesn't even touch it on that play. He goes in the end zone almost untouched. And he's got 2 from the goal line.
That extra point is blocked, so it remains 20-7. But DeWitt has had the football 4 times. They've scored 3 times. And that offense humming like a well-oiled, fire-breathing Panther in the scoreboard. Are you considering the U.S. Navy as enlisted or as an officer? Learn about the American Navy and your career opportunities within the U.S. Armed Forces. Contact the local U.S. Navy recruiting office, 734-679-1998. Those look like menacing skies in the background. But don't worry, I am an amateur meteorologist. I checked the radar. We're going to be fine the rest of the night. What I'm wondering here, Grant, is if you're Grand Ledge, with the way this game has started, what's your mental mindset here?
Mental mindset, they're probably getting a little down on themselves, but, coaches got to instill that, hey, we got to put together good, long drives. That's going to be the key for Grand Ledge to stick in this game, right? To kind of eat up some of that clock, keep those electric playmakers on offense for DeWitt off the field. Yeah. And then at the end of the drive, it has to end in points, right? Field goals aren't so good anymore. You're down, a couple scores. You got to really cross that goal line with the football if you want to stay in this. And God forbid, if they keep lighting that Panther, that adds a little bit of fuel to the fire too.
Yeah, they're going to have to buy more kerosene. Short kick. Grand Ledge, a good return across the 35-yard line. This is going to set them up well. Trying to mitigate a potential long return, but Foreman had a good return anyway for Grand Ledge.
That's an area of their game that they, Coach Bry has wanted to see improve a little bit. They've lacked explosive plays in the return game, and they're trying to figure out a way to improve their field position. Special teams is going to help that today if they can get some good plays there.
Man, there's a long way to go in this first half. There's a long way to go in this game. Not even through 1 minute into the second quarter. Still, though, one of those drives for Grand Ledge that feels really important. Give Jones. He just caught a touchdown on the last drive. On this drive, he's stutter-stepping like Reggie Bush at SC and getting the first down for Grand Ledge.
And that little receiver jet takes the handoff. A really good job there by number 80, Henry Millbrook, with sealed the edge, allowed Zachariah Jones to get on the edge, get on the perimeter, and then he did the rest of the work. Henry Millbrook is going to be one of their blocking tight ends, number 80. Bigger body, used to kind of just control that line of scrimmage.
Jones did step out of bounds after he got the first down, so the clock is frozen here. They motion Jones, fake it, give it to Foreman, and once again, a nice solid gain on first down.
A little bit of a gray area handoff there, right? It almost looked like that could have been a mental error. Someone ran into the ball's on the ground, worst case scenario. But it kind of helps them in a little bit, right? It kind of hit the ball. Defenders didn't see exactly who had it. They just got hit with 10-yard by that receiver jet motion. But this time they send the jet motion and they just give it to Mac Foreman and let him plow for a gain of 5 there.
Grand Ledge on the move again. Scored in the last drive. Bonet keeps his legs moving. Does not gain the first down, but still third down and very manageable after a whole pack of Panthers brought him down.
And it's been about 3 plays of sending the receiver jet motion, and that does a number of things, right? It gives you an indicator: are they in man coverage or zone? If you see a guy running with them, man coverage. And then number 2, it also it kind of helps that you get the linebackers shifting a little bit. You call it bossing the linebackers over. If they boss over a gap, it allows you to kind of get advantage on the second level blocking, and it's helping them so far here on this drive.
Direct snap to Bonet, running all the way. He's got a Grand Ledge first down. He is deceptively big. He's listed, Bonet is, at 6'2", 180. But he's like one of those basketball players who just plays longer with those long limbs,
Mm-hmm. And just athletic, athletic kid that can really do it all for them. Beautiful touchdown pass in the first quarter by him. Is also doing it with his legs. Needs a little bit of help here. Needs the O-line to, control that line of scrimmage, and needs an explosive play from one of his fellow teammates.
Running again left. There's a lot of green turf. Oh, look at him lower the shoulder. Domino down by Larner. Oh, boy, that's the last thing they want. He's getting up gingerly. Oh, my goodness. I mean, if you're Grand Ledge, DeWitt calls a timeout. Grand Ledge has already lost one starting quarterback. Now Bonet's coming off the field gingerly. Oh, by the way, the starting center came out of the game with an injury earlier. If you're Grand Ledge, you've got to be thinking, what more in the world could go wrong?
Yeah, I mean, it's we're hitting the emergency button on the quarterbacks, and you're running out of backups here. Hopefully he's okay. Came in low with the tackle, really hit him in the thigh board there. Hopefully it's just a little Charlie horse.
State Champs has been covering the journey of high school football athletes for over 22 years. Let's look at some pro athletes that have appeared at State Champs, on State Champs in their high school days. How'd that guy turn out?
Not too bad. I think he's playing still.
How'd that guy turn out? I'm not overseeing Draymond with braces. She was pretty good. Heard her name before. Yeah, he was pretty good too. Monte Morris. DJ LeMahieu, yeah, but he played a few ball games at Comerica Park this year. To watch past videos of all these great athletes and more, go visit the State Champs YouTube channel. Just search State Champs net. Also, yes, Lauren Plant has never looked better. I'm never going to get over seeing Draymond with braces. I think he wants that footage burned. All right, so Bonet's out of the game, and now Grand Ledge goes to the third-string quarterback. And there's a lot of room on the right side. They are just churning out production. Oh, you're kidding me! First play for the third stringer, the freshman Kingston Nixon, is a touchdown.
And when you need a play, call in the next guy. Grand Ledge is just shuffling through quarterbacks, but they're all athletic. They all play really well. Difference with this guy, Kingston Nixon, is he's a freshman. He's a freshman out here doing this fresh out of high school. Really good job of getting the edge and just running away from the defenders. Finds the end zone, tiptoes the sideline, and that was a senior-type run right there, and they needed that.
PAT on the way, and it's good. Grant, I am not the strategic expert. That's your job. But even a dummy like me knows that DeWitt was thinking on defense. There was absolutely no way the third-string quarterback's the guy running the ball. So you could see him running a read. The whole defense sucks on the fake to Foreman. And then Nixon, athletic play, didn't walk into the end zone, but there was a lot of green turf on that play.
Yeah, it's kind of like that chess move that you're thinking of, but I'm thinking of the next one, right? Hey, we're throwing in a freshman here at quarterback. Defense is probably assuming we're not going to give him the ball, but they give him the option to give him the ball. He keeps it, as I think any freshman would in that situation, right? You're eager, you're excited. It's homecoming of the other team. You want to go spoil that. He does a really good job of getting to that perimeter and finding the end zone. Hey, and we got a one-score ball game here.
And look, no matter where this thing goes, hard not to be impressed with the resiliency of the Grand Ledge program. Joe Brya, their fifth-year head coach, used to be a captain in his playing days at Grand Ledge. Has built a resilient bunch that is on their third-string quarterback, still scoring touchdowns and making all the cheerleaders do push-ups. Good kick. Fumble by DeWitt. Carries right back into their arms, but they barely get across the 20. Play still kept going for a little while longer. Nice job by Ridley to keep it going. So, Grant, we talked about this at the top of the broadcast. When these two teams played last year, it was absolutely silly on the offensive side of the football. Grand Ledge won 56-49. Look at the score right now. We're trending back in that direction.
Yeah, we're trending for a lot of points. And some young players on both teams that, DeWitt had some young players that contributed last year, and Grand Ledge kind of, had a big rotation of seniors that left. A new year, but same outcome here.
Timeout on the field. Grand Ledge just burned one. Next home game for the Lawrence Tech Blue Devil football team. Homecoming next Saturday, October 7th against Concordia. Game is live on TV 20 Detroit, 7 o'clock. Grant Perry, John Snow, John Goebel, Elizabeth Kuhn, and me, Evan Stockton on the call. For more information, go to ltuathletics.com.
You got to hit the fullback. Okay?
Gotta hit the fullback. All right. Hey, if they go to that snap,
Who's our other tackle? He's over here. Okay.
Hey, just this play. If they go to the snag backs, call the strength away from the snag backs. Just this play.
Watch spot, man.
Good old-fashioned chess match going on here.
It's move after move. You know, they're kind of talking, hey, we're lining away from the strength. You know, they've been getting hit with the reverse to Abram. Abram Larner here a lot today, so I think they're anticipating that. You know, they're going to send a lot of guys to the strength, but they're anticipating it coming back to the weak side.
Larner keeps, finds room again. Larner first down. And the guy who just scored the touchdown for Grand Legs, Nixon, wraps him up in the open field.
And Elliott Larner is just finding the alleys. I mean, just taking his time, letting the blocks progress, and then breaks the arm tackles and does a good job there. And then the freshman, Kingston Nixon, with the tackle.
Going to be first down for DeWitt. Panthers tried to get to the line quick, but the ball wasn't set for play yet. And in the process, they'll bump up the play clock. In case you're just joining us, DeWitt started beautifully. Elliott Larner throws a touchdown to his twin, Abram Larner, that guy number 4 you see in the middle of your screen. That got him started. Grand Ledge went 3 and out, high snap on the punt. DeWitt starts inside the Grand Ledge 10 and scores to make it 14-0. Direct snap to Baker, and DeWitt gains a handful more on first down. Since then, it's been a bit of a tennis match, but DeWitt's still in front. Keep in mind as well, Grant, that Grand Ledge will get the ball to start the second half. I know Bonet, the acting starting quarterback, just got hurt, but with the way that Grand Ledge is moving up and down the field, they're going to have confidence offensively. This is a great run for Moore. Confident looking run across the 45-yard line. DeWitt first down into Grand Ledge territory. That's why it feels like such an important drive for DeWitt, because Grand Ledge potentially can go 2 for 1. In a weird way, DeWitt's got to score to keep pace.
Yeah, they got to score. And they also, like you said, they know that they're not getting the ball. They're going to be coming out in defense in that second half, right? So I think they're going to want to try to milk this clock a little bit, have a nice long drive. Maybe allow Grand Ledge to have one more possession this quarter, I believe would be their goal.
Somebody moved early. We didn't get the confirmation what number. Grant, that was one of those where you can say everybody but the center. Everyone was moving a little bit before that center snapped the ball.
Yeah. Everyone was trying to get to the point of attack there, eager to make the runs work. And just a little bit too early there.
And this is something that Rob Zimmerman, the head coach for DeWitt, mentioned when we spoke to him before the game. He doesn't like the penalties. Larner keeps. He's still on his feet. Oh, he hit the circle button and spun. What a run for Elliott Larner. Patient and persistent. Great run.
But watch this read. Watch how long he rides it. Makes the defensive lineman have to react, and then sees the cutback. He's got great vision. He understands the spatial awareness. Like you said, hit the B button, avoided the tackle, but then Mac Foreman regained his balance there and brought him down. But that wasn't before a great run, though, by Elliott Larner.
And more off the back of that great Elliott Larner run. Gains the first down. You just got a glimpse into what video game system Grant and I played growing up, because I said the circle button for a spin as DeWitt on first down runs a QB sneak for a couple. Circle button is PlayStation. Grant said B button, which is Xbox 360.
In 2 different languages, but one respects another, and you know exactly what we're talking about there. I didn't even realize I said B. That's hilarious.
Also, by the way, we're old because I said PS3 and Xbox 360. Neither of those things exist anymore. This is Abram Larner on the run, getting dragged down by the back of his jersey. Another great gain of 8, maybe 9 on first down.
Really good gain there, and Abram's a guy that is very important to this offense. Second in rushing yards coming into this game with over 180. Someone that they really put the load on and let him carry it.
3rd down, more runs. Didn't need a lot, didn't gain a lot. But he does move the sticks, a gain of 2 on 3rd down and 1.
A little bit of a trend here. Moore's going to be your guy that's going to be running in between the tackles. Bigger body, hard runner. And they're going to try to get Elliott and Abram on the edge. More speed, more shiftiness.
Snap to Larner. Long roll and throws. Incomplete with a flag. Jaden Bender was looking for one. Pass interference on Grand Ledge, and that will create a 1st down. Friendly reminder for you, if you're just starting to watch high school football again in Michigan going forward as we start creeping toward the playoffs, the only type of penalty in high school football in Michigan that can give you an automatic 1st down if it starts with roughing the passer, roughing the kicker. Anything else, they just mark off the yardage. So there is such a thing as pass interference that's not an automatic 1st down.
Learn something new every day. I appreciate you, Evan.
You know, that's why I'm here. Just trying to make everybody look good, you know. Trav Moore up the middle, not a whole heck of a lot. DeWitt is in the unenviable situation here, Grant, of I got 1st and goal, but it's 1st and goal from, not the 4 or 5. Instead, it's from at the 9-yard line.
Yeah, they've been running some good plays, but like you said, they've been on the 2 to 3 yard line where it's just a handoff and then you can essentially fall forward. They might have to get a little creative here. They're on the 6 now. Maybe attack the perimeter, or they try to go for the David Montgomery trifecta with Trav Moore and give him another shot up the middle.
Play action for Larner. Look at end zone. He's got a touchdown. The 2nd one he's thrown tonight to his twin brother, Elliott to Abram. They've been doing that in the backyard their whole lives. That fire-breathing Panther getting another workout.
And look at the bottom of the screen. You're going to see number 4. He's just going to want to run a whip route, right? You sell the slant 3 steps, and then you whip back out. Grand Ledge is in a man coverage, and that's a really, really good red zone route to run because it gets that defender. It's tucked in real inside and tight, and then it gives your quarterback a nice out route to throw, hits him in perfect stride, and strike the fire.
They're going for 2. Larner got it, but there's a flag. Had to go for 2 because the last PAT got blocked. And it's a hold on DeWitt. So now they'll just say, oh, maybe we'll go for 2 later instead, and they'll send the kicking unit on. After the penalty, this is going to turn into a long extra point for Schwartz, by the way. He's only attempted 1 field goal this year. He made it, but it was a 24-yarder. If he makes this is his longest kick of the year. This is a 30-yard extra point for Jonathan Schwartz. And that kick was crushed. He could have made that thing from 45. Nothing like a little intrigue on the PAT. DeWitt scores again. Couple of running touchdowns for Moore. Couple of passing touchdowns for Larner. To Larner. Elliott to Abram. Looks like a well-oiled machine. Yellow Flag Productions followed the super fans of Detroit's pro football team and their exploits, producing a new documentary, Roar in the D, a fan story. The documentary gets its premiere 12:30 Sunday, October 1st, Channel 7 Detroit, and on the Yellow Flag Productions YouTube channel. There are so many folks around our state in Metro Detroit who have been dressing like that, painting their faces like that for years. And finally, Grant, it sure seems like this year they've got a team that is worthy of their undying passion and devotion to the Detroit Football Lions.
They have every right to to continue that pride. I mean, the Lions sitting at number 1 in the NFC North have never won the NFC North, only won the NFC Central. I mean, they're sitting in the driver position with, beating Green Bay and then looking at Minnesota as the next contender at 0-3. Things are looking good in Detroit in that NFC North battle.
Unfortunately for DeWitt, that was not a good kick. Just rolled out of bounds, and Grant Ledge is going to have better starting field position. Turning our attention from pro to high school, Grant, as once again, Grant Ledge on that kickoff out of bounds going to get good starting field position. Preston Bonet, the quarterback for Grand Ledge, starting in the place of the senior injured quarterback Jamison Patton. He left the ball game earlier with an apparent injury, and he's not back on the field. Kingston Nixon, the freshman, who on his first play as the third-string quarterback ran for a touchdown, is back in the field for this drive.
And, I mean, that's a lot to ask. I mean, you're a freshman thrown into a position that is arguably the hardest position to play on the field in an environment that is just loud and erupting. They're asking a lot, but he came up huge on his first drive.
Nixon running. He's still running. I mean, this is remarkable. His first run as the third-string quarterback was a touchdown. Here it looked like he was going to lose 2. Instead, he gained a lot.
And they're just running the QB outside zone here with a lead blocker, and then the point of attack is fantastic. Some good blocks downfield, and then just look at the freshman's legs churn. He won't be denied. He's running hard, and he's definitely not running scared.
Nixon, a freshman in name only, a couple of plays into playing quarterback. Stretch run, Jones, got a long way to go. Somehow, he got back across the line of scrimmage. Again, a play that it looks like they're losing 7. They actually gained a couple.
Yeah, gained a couple, and a really good job of fighting to the edge, trying to get the perimeter there. Drew Novak, number 18, one of their DBs, kind of came up and whiffed on the tackle. Zachariah Jones didn't quit, got him back to a positive situation.
A Grand Ledge sideline that has not seen a loss all year. And today they've seen injuries to their quarterback and center. Give Foreman. Diving across the 45 and setting up a third down and pretty darn manageable.
Something you don't see too often there. They just went a little unbalanced, but they shifted the lineman, let the lineman go ahead and get up and move and get to the other side of the line of scrimmage. Usually it's receivers or tight ends that you see do that. They throw a little wrinkle in there. They say, hey, we're going to overload the left side of the field there, and it helps for that pickup of a few yards there, and making this a 3rd down and 3, which is in a realm where they feel comfortable in.
Got to get to the 41. Nixon running, turning it up, and tackled in the open field expertly, right into the waiting arms of Scheiding.
And everything looks good until it doesn't, and you're just going to run this the same sweep that he had about an 8-yard gain on earlier. Tries to cut back, but number one rule is everything is coming from inside, right? All that defense is coming in from inside. Jack Scheiding does a fantastic job of flowing to the football. I know he's excited to be back out here, having missing the first 3 games of his season. Played last week in his 2nd game this year. He's got fresh legs, and he's eager to tackle.
Coming up on 3 minutes to go in a first half that has seen a lot of offense. Is there more freshman magic from Kingston Nixon? Grand Ledge burns its timeout in its back pocket. The Construction Association of Michigan provides a vast resource array of services, information, and training to our diverse membership within Michigan's construction industry. Go to buildwithcam.com for more information. Grant, we were alluding to this a couple of minutes ago. Keep in mind that Grand Ledge gets the ball to start the second half. So this is one of those tricky scenarios where they're trying to score, they're also trying to kill some clock. If DeWitt gets a stop and a score, up by 3 scores, not quite the kill shot late in the first half, but an attacking momentum boost.
Yeah, and you got to be careful. You get the ball at half if you're Grand Ledge, but you're going against an offense that has yet to really be stopped. I mean, they punted 1 time and have scored on almost every other possession. So you got to kind of weigh that out as a coach. Hey, do we have what it takes to get this these 3 yards? And if you feel confident about it, go ahead and trust your players, and the players respond to that. If you go ahead and give them an assignment on 4th down, a risky situation, halfway through the game, they can appreciate that, and sometimes that gives you a big momentum boost, especially if they were to pick this one up.
Homecoming crowd making a little noise. 4th down, 3. Nixon rolling and throwing. First pass of the day caught. Grand Ledge moves the sticks. McCartney the catch, tightrope in the sidelines, and the drive is alive.
I mean, they're fooling me up here. I've watched the film. I've seen what they do, but, I'm still getting fooled. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Really good job. They're trusting the freshman with the arm there on 4th and 3. You'd think that they would try to, overload the formation and maybe, stick to the power game, the counter game, maybe give another receiver jet, but they let go to the air, and then it pays off.
Give Foreman. And he does his best to try to get back to the line of scrimmage. He didn't get there. Lost a yard on 1st down.
Just running a little outside zone there to Mac Foreman, but that gets blown up there by Dominic Ryan, number 64. The big D-line, DN senior for that DeWitt defensive line. Really good play there by Dominic Ryan.
So we are seeing Grand Ledge here milk a little clock. They are out of timeouts. If DeWitt wants, they've got all 3. Nixon rolling and throwing, incomplete with a flag. Trying to find McDiarman for the first time tonight, and apparently there was some contact.
Yeah, I think they're going to say that the defender got there a little early. Looked like it was a little bit of a bang-bang, but let's see what the Stripes have to say about it.
All right, here comes your official call. It's on DeWitt, and this goes back to what we were talking about earlier. DeWitt coaching staff very frustrated by the amount of penalties they've had so far in the year. That's now 4 total in this game, the first defensive penalty.
Yeah, and that comes with a young team that had a lot of turnover, a lot of seniors graduated, and that comes with it, the trials and tribulations of the errors and the mental mistakes. So look for them to clean that up here in the second half.
Nixon keeps. Finds room again. Hangs onto the football. Took a crunch, kept going. Yeah, they were trying to rip it out. Baker saying, I tried to rip that thing out. I couldn't do it.
Great ball security, especially for a freshman being thrown into this situation. He's a starting defensive back for Grand Ledge and gets some really good play time on offense as well. But got to imagine he hasn't carried the ball this much this season. And he's doing a fantastic job, really running hard, good ball security. He's running a lot bigger than 5'9", 160, that's for sure.
Timeout on the field, 1:38 on the clock. Grand Ledge has a 2nd down and 2. DeWitt up by a couple of scores, but Grand Ledge on the move. These two teams have only battled 7 times all time, kind of interesting. First meeting back on September 1st, 2016, and it kind of set the table against these two clubs. The ball game went back and forth. Touchdown run for DeWitt. Got him in the end zone, but Grand Ledge would go back and forth with DeWitt all day. And by the end of the day, Grand Ledge won 28-21. The last year's game, Grand Ledge won 56-49. And well, if they score here, we got another 1-score ball game late in the first half.
With the ability to get to that 56-40-some score, the offense is here at work. Grand Ledge is fighting an uphill battle, but they're attacking here.
Nixon, quick throw, got an open Zachariah Jones. He lowered his shoulder, got near the goal line, pushed out of bounds, but it's 1st down and goal from inside the 3 for Grand Ledge.
Love that play call there by Grand Ledge. You've been running it. We saw the 4th down throw where they converted. But other than that, and the pass interference, so 2 throws this drive. but they go ahead and throw a nice, easy bubble route there. Then they put that conflict player, the overhang, that Sam linebacker in conflict. And when you get it to a playmaker like Zachariah Jones, good things happen.
Can Grand Ledge punch it in? Nixon's already scored once. Here he gives to Foreman. Not in. Nixon thought he was in. He's tackled shy of the goal line, inside the 1.
And you got a minute 17. You're going to let this clock wind down. You got 2 plays to get this thing in. You got to imagine that they're going to throw their best, their best formula at this play here. I mean, and don't get me wrong, DeWitt has some would say an advantage at the D-line and O-line coming into this matchup. But right here, right now, when you're down, it's about who wants it more.
Snap, Nixon, the third-string quarterback, is in for the second time tonight. And these Grand Ledge Comets aren't going anywhere.
I mean, just keep calling his number. The freshman is producing. I mean, just a little off tackle here with the lead block by Mac Foreman. Really good block at the point of attack by number 80, Henry Milbrook, sealing that defensive end. And then Kingston Nixon just runs off that block, gets in the end zone with a much-needed score right here at the end of the second.
Another extra point attempt for Grand Ledge and another PAT. That is good. Landon Pilcher knocks it through. You know, Grant, you don't want to belabor the point, but I don't think we can say enough good things about what Grand Ledge has done in the first half. I know they're losing, but consider coming into the game, Preston Bonet, their quarterback was actually the backup. They lost their starter a couple of weeks ago. Oh, by the way, in this first half, they lose the starting center, and then Bonet leaves the game. They're just putting guys in. It's truly next man up so far.
Yeah, and I've had this question in my head, and I want to see what your thoughts are on it. If Preston Bonet is healthy to come back in the second half, do you give him the run at it, or do you let the freshman that's hot keep going? That's a question that I've been kind of pondering, wondering if we'll be presented with it. Hope Bonet's okay. But that's something to think about, too.
DeWitt does have 2 timeouts, and they do have 47 seconds on the clock, which if you watch this program the last few years, 47 seconds may as well be 4 minutes. Especially with those 2 timeouts. DeWitt will return it from inside the 5. This is Moore. Setting up the blocks. A whole bunch of green turf. Forget about 47 seconds to score. It took them 15. There is a flag. It's thrown back where typically you get holding on a return. And I believe Trav Moore has that sinking feeling that every football player doesn't want to have. You run all the way, you think you made a big play, and instead it's coming back.
And Trav Moore catches on the right side. They're just going to do a left return, so he's got to circle the whole return team that's trying to block and trying to tackle him. And he gets a really, really good block here by Cooper Chambers, number 44, just leading the way. Look at the big fella go. Just does the right thing, right? Just steps in the way of the kicker. Doesn't have to make it a block in the back. But unfortunately, if you're DeWitt, you got to bring out that oxygen tank because Trav Moore just did that for nothing.
The block in the back on the return was by 63, Caden Reynolds. You could see it on our replay. So now DeWitt, this is an interesting attack plan, right? Because of the block in the back, you are starting at your own 6. Grand Ledge about to get the ball to start the second half, no timeouts. I wonder how DeWitt attacks this. They're going to try and throw. Larner's got a lot of time. And he's throwing a pick. That is the last thing that could happen. Grand Ledge alive. INT McDiarmid.
Mm-hmm. And talking with Coach Rob Zimmerman this week, one area of a weakness, not weakness, but just improvement he wants to see out of his quarterback, Elliot Larner, is his decision making. You're up 6 points here, 20 seconds left in the half. You can't make those throws, but nonetheless, Ben McDiar made a huge play and gives the Grand Ledge offense a chance here to tack on more points.
A first half that has had more twists and turns than your favorite soap. Guys are getting hurt. Guys are scoring touchdowns. What does Grand Ledge have? The freshman third stringer Nixon rolling, moving, and throwing a completed pass. Jones dives to the ground and gets it. Clock stops as they move the chains. And now, timeout on the field as Jones may have potentially had the wind knocked out of him after he made that catch.
As soon as I saw him going those knees, I was like, oh, yep, that ball landed right on that gut. That's a good call there, Evan. When that wind, though, gets knocked out of you, though, it literally feels like you've lost both lungs. Oh. So hopefully he catches a breath here because they need him. He's a big playmaker for them. With only 12 seconds left, he's a target that I could see getting an opportunity here to score.
You should see up here in the booth the knowing smile on Grant's face when he realized that Jones probably lost his wind. That's a wide receiver who has been in the trenches. You just know what he's going through.
Mm-hmm. Yep, caught it, diving catch, and then just lands on it right on his stomach. I had one of those I can vividly remember at Country Day my senior year. I caught a go ball, landed down, caught it, about 40-yard completion, and it just felt like my whole intestines were just sucked out of me.
Ugh.
Not a good feeling. Not a good description either. Sorry, viewers, but that's just how it feels. You just lose that air, and you don't know what to do.
My closest corollary is one time when I was running the ball for Catholic Central, one of my few runs. It was against a nameless opponent, but they did the old try to gouge my eyes out at the bottom of the huddle. Yeah, wasn't very nice.
Not nice at all.
I mean, come on. They were giving the backup fullback some carries in the fourth quarter. I'm not trying to lose my eyeballs. Come on now. More importantly, back to the football game. And Grand Ledge has got a shot. As this first half winds down, Kingston Nixon, the third string quarterback, the freshman, has come in and looked remarkable. Couple of running touchdowns, and now I think we're about to figure out how far he can throw it.
And just a matchup to watch here on the bottom of the screen, number 4, Denali Smith. He's one of their bigger receivers. He's lined up against one of their better defenders, Abram Larner, number 4 on number 4 here. Denali Smith, 6'3", 180-pound senior. Maybe you're going to throw a little fade ball. That'd be my guess. He also, one note, Denali Smith is a 6'3" high jumper too, so I'd give him a shot.
We shall see if Grand Ledge is on the same page with Grand Prairie. Usually a pretty good idea, you know? There's a delay here as there is an injured Comet walking slowly off the field behind the end zone. That's actually Bonet, the backup quarterback, who was the starting quarterback today, and then he got hurt. Reassuring tap on the helmet for Kingston Nixon before this play. And they've reset the clock to 16 seconds. DeWitt showing pressure. It's picked up. Nixon looking downfield and throwing it away. It's a wise beyond your years play for a freshman.
Yeah, really good job there. You know, you can't scramble when you don't have much time left. You got to make a decision. He looked to the bottom of the screen at Denali, but they shifted late, put 2 over 1 there, so he got off of it, which is also another advanced move for a freshman that has not played quarterback. So impressed there. He rolls to the left, throws it away, saves some time here for Grand Ledge to come up with another play.
Okay, so there's 8 seconds on the scoreboard, and Grand Ledge not messing around. They're going to try the field goal here. Pilcher on. This would be a 35-yarder. Pilcher showed off the leg on the kickoffs. How far can he kick this one? Operation is clean, and the kick. Good. Pilcher fired up after knocking that one through. And Grand Ledge turns the late interception into 3 free points.
3 points, and it's a 3-point game here, 2 seconds left to go in the second quarter, and it feels like it could be 40-10. I mean, DeWitt has owned the offensive battle. Grand Ledge's drives have been a little bit more earned. I mean, they've been earning every yard, and it's been hard to come by. But number 37, Kingston Nixon, has come into this game at quarterback and has provided a spark that I don't even know if they knew they had. I mean, he has been done a fantastic job so far, making good decisions and bringing them back into this game.
Said it before, we'll say it again. DeWitt's in front. There's an awesome crowd here. Homecoming Friday night. These are the scenes that make you smile as any type of human being. But to see Grand Ledge go through this adversity, injured center, injured quarterback, who isn't even the starting quarterback in the first place, and to see them battle against a darn good DeWitt team, it has been a joy to watch these first couple of quarters of football. One more kick for Pilcher, just knocked in that 35-yarder. They'll squib it. High hopper, last play of the half. And a tackle made across the 30. DeWitt was up 27-14. Grand Ledge scored the last 10, and they're about to get the ball to start the second half. DeWitt was rolling early. Grand Ledge took the punch, and they're alive. Down to the sidelines we go. Carol Lyle standing by.
Coach, you've got 2 kids on your team with 2 touchdowns apiece, Trav and Abram. What do you like from your offense so far tonight?
Offensively, we've been great. I mean, we've moved the ball at will, and we made a couple of mistakes ourselves, but I'm very happy with where we're at from an offensive standpoint.
7 is better than 3, Coach. What did you see on that field goal play?
And the kicker's good. I mean, we put ourselves in that position, though. That should have never happened with the turnover that we had.
What's the message going into the second half, Coach?
We just got to regroup. I mean, we gave us some big plays on defense, and we got to eliminate those big plays. And if we do, I feel good about where we're at because offensively we've been very good.
All right, thanks so much, Coach.
You're welcome.
All right, stay right here. We've got halftime coverage coming up right now.
We celebrate the homecoming court. So welcome to the field, Principal Matt Dodson, for tonight's recognition of our representatives and our new royalty. And following, we're going to hear a little from the DeWitt High School Marching Band. So sit back and enjoy the show. Mr. Dodson, the floor is yours.
You might not realize it, but tonight you made a difference. Tonight you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry
Howie's.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Bogan, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
Welcome back to another segment talking about the most exciting thing that happened in Michigan high school sports since the advent of the state playoffs that was 2 years shy of how long our terrific sponsor has been in existence, and that's Hungry Howie's Pizza, celebrating 50 years of flavor. This is the state champs, Mr. Football Race. He's Sean Belizean. You feeling the excitement as we approach week 6?
Unbelievable. I love it. I mean, the season flies by every year, but hey, listen, don't panic yet. we still have a ton of football to be played. Obviously, the rest of the regular season and into the playoffs. So, to me, Lauren, this is the best time of year. I mean, when you flip that calendar over to October, I mean, to me, that is the epitome of the Friday night lights. That's beautiful this time of year.
That's right, long sleeves. All right. Hey, every week Sean talks up one of our candidates for Mr. Football. This week we make our way to the LVC, the Lakes Valley Conference. He's big, he's strong, and he just had one hell of a game.
And here's the thing about this. If you follow high school football at all, you know this guy has been putting up numbers for quite some time. But this dual threat quarterback from Waterford Mott, Caleb Osborne, has been putting up silly, sick numbers to start this year.
Let Caleb cook.
And last week, he outdid himself. I'm not joking. Here are these numbers, okay? 56-31 win over South Lyon East. Check this out. 378 yards passing, 5 scores. But wait, there's more. He rushed for 221 on the ground with 3 more touchdowns. So you go ahead and do the math. 56 points is 8 touchdowns.
Yep.
Osborne had 8 touchdowns, all 8 of them.
Yeah.
He has been unbelievable. He has led Mott to a 4-1 record so far this season, and he will be taking his considerable talents down into Ohio, where he'll be at the Glass Bowl with the Toledo Rockets in 2024. But, Lauren, you want to put yourself on the map. You want to separate yourself from the pack. Have a week like Mr. Osborne did last week.
Absolutely. And this is a guy who went 15 for 15 in week 4 with 6 touchdowns in the 47-20 win over Woodhaven. And you know what? All of those in Corsair country are rallying around their superstar because Caleb is leading the vote. Nearly 40% of the vote is for Mr. Osborne. Bryce Underwood is in second place with 25% of the vote. Clarkson's Des Stevens currently in third at 14%. But you can vote for your guy at statechampsnetwork.com. Just click on the contest tab. And I'm going to say this right now. Historically, week 7 usually brings changes to the race. So tune in next week, I promise you. But good luck to all the candidates this week.
Yeah, no doubt. And get out there and vote. I mean, Waterford Mott is kind of proving what we talk about all the time on this show. You have an opportunity to make a statement for your guy, to punch him into the Final Four. You go ahead and make your voices and finger taps heard.
Hey everybody, Kara Lyles here. Whether you go to a big school or a small school here in Michigan, high school football is a big deal. And at Grand Rapids West Catholic, although they're a smaller school, they have seen a lot of big success. Here at Grand Rapids West Catholic, winning is a tradition that goes back a long, long ways. A program that has earned many state titles over the years with an atmosphere and community like no other.
Just a tradition of excellence, honestly. You walk through the hallways, you see all the mittens for districts, regionals, all the state championships. You come outside here when you come to the stadium, you see all the state championship banners hanging on the wall. And then just the excitement that people have for West Catholic football, whether they're from the 70s, the 2000s, the 80s, the 90s, whatever it is. I've never seen anything like it. Game day atmospheres here feel better than my college days when I played at Ferris. Like our tailgate is huge on game days. All those things. It's unique. It's a special place. The support is special. And I've always believed it takes a community to raise a football program, the best community you could ask for.
The program here at West Catholic is no stranger to success. The Falcons won 5 straight Division V state titles from 2012 to 2017. And although they may be a small school, the success of this football program speaks for itself.
I see all our championships on the walls, and I just think I got to go get another one. Got to keep going. Suiting up, it's just different because it's not any other school. It's West Catholic. We do things different here, and it's just amazing.
It motivates you every day. You see it every day. You have people who played on those teams, and you just want to be like them and keep it going, keep winning, and just keep working. Yeah.
The success of a football program needs a couple key components. Sure, talented athletes, great coaching staff, but one factor that might get overlooked is the support of a community, but not here at West Catholic.
I think it just shows that they care for the kids, because honestly it is about the kids, and our community understands that for our kids to be successful they need their support. Being a private school, you don't get the publicly funded grant money you have, so the support means even more because of that. So it just shows that they love our kids, they love the school, and our kids feel that.
The game day experience at West it's pretty special. I don't think you find it anywhere else. The whole community comes out. We have tailgating starting about right after school around 3 o'clock till the end of the game, so it's just great here.
It means so much. At West Catholic, all you hear about is community, tradition, and I think that really goes to show on Friday nights when we play at home. The game day experience I think it's hard to compare to any other school. Starting with the rosary in the morning, then going through the classes all day, then as soon as the final bell rings, knowing you got one mission to do with your boys after, it's unmatched.
The Falcons won the 2022 Division VI state championship last year after defeating a UP powerhouse in Negaunee. This year, West Catholic has a new challenge, moving to Division V. But so far this season, they're fitting right in.
So far, so good. The alumni feel pretty happy about it. Everyone I talk to, they kind of talk about the same thing, the tradition of excellence here, upholding the standard of how West Catholic plays. And the common theme you always hear is West Catholic teams always look like they belong there, they act like they belong there. So I think that confidence in football, has really carried into our kids. Our kids feel like we should be 5-0. We feel like we do belong in the conversation of being one of the better teams in Division V. And that comes from a great tradition and a great standard of excellence that's been established here.
Hey, what's up, Michigan? Time again for another update in our Anvil Award race presented by our great friends at Hungry Howie's, celebrating 50 years of flavor. Go get some. All right, former Canton coach and Michigan High School Hall of Famer Tim Beckler, great to have you back in the saddle to talk about the big boys.
Thank you. Glad to be back.
All right, now, Coopersville, Michigan is a suburb of Grand Rapids. Little fun fact, do you know how the city got its name?
I do not.
Okay, most probably don't. But Benjamin Cooper of Utica, New York bought 640 acres of West Michigan land in 1845. He and his two sons built a sawmill. Dr. Timothy Eastman, who was an organizer of the township, named it Polkton after then acting President James Knox Polk. But in 1858, Mr. Cooper offered all the necessary land needed to build the railroad if the station were named after him. So on January 22nd, 1859, the whole area was named Coopersville. So there you go. And that, my friends, is how you build your own legacy, okay? But I do digress. We're here to talk football, more specifically one of our candidates up for the State Champs Anvil Award. So this award names the top lineman or linebacker in the state, and a guy who is building his own personal legacy on the football field is Coopersville's Gabe Van Sickle. 6'5", some sites list him at 285, some have him 300 pounds. He's a 3-star offensive lineman who has committed to Northwestern and so far staying loyal to Northwestern, which we like to see. Coopersville fresh off defeating Hudsonville Unity Christian 56-31 to get above 500 at 3-2. You've watched the tape. I've watched the tape. What I see, to use a train analogy, like a steam engine over defenseman lineman in his way.
Yes, this young man's a great player. He loves to maul people.
He does.
Even when he pass blocks, he knocks people down.
Pancakes.
He's a physical guy. He checks every box. I mean, he's got the size, but he's got really good feet. He's quick. They can pull him. He's great at moving up to the second level, and he's got a great punch. I mean, he's a strong, big fella, and when he locks onto you, you feel it, and then he finishes. He's got a nice white base. He finishes with strong leg drive, and he wants to bury you. He's an aggressive guy, and he deserves to be on this list. He's a great football player.
Absolutely, and he just, again, punishes people. Now, I don't know if anybody in Coopersville knows Gabe is a candidate for the Anvil Award because his vote percentage is woefully low. So, Cooper, I'm sure Ben Cooper is rolling in his grave right now. Let's get it together, Bronco Nation. Your guy deserves it. All you have to do is go to statechampsnetwork.com, click on the contest tab, vote as often as you like. Right now, it's Davison's Carter Harriman running away with the online vote. The train has left the station, people. So, Coach, let's do it again next week. Hey, what's up, Michigan? It's another State Champs Recruit Report coming your way and brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. Check this out, Alan. Every student who enrolls at Lawrence Tech gets a free laptop that is preloaded with all the software that you could possibly need for your entire major, your entire 4 years. So if you want to be an engineer, an architect, media communications, a cardiovascular perfusionist, a physician's assistant, you name it, you never have to buy any software or a computer. It's all provided. Sweet deal, right?
That's a heck of a deal. And can we set 24/7 as the homepage to all those, or State Champs?
Yes, we could do that. We should do that. Should have 24/7 because LTU.edu will pop up first. So, but yes, take your curiosity, make magic at Lawrence Tech. Visit LTU.edu, sign up for one of the upcoming visit days. The next one is November 18th. But we're here to talk football recruiting. We are here with 24/7 Sports, Alan Shrew, and let's start at Detroit Country Day, Alan. This week, a certain offensive lineman has been gathering up a lot of frequent flyer miles.
Yeah, Cade Willamy has been a guy that's been on our radar for a long time, had a really good summer, but now after the first few games of the season, the offers are starting to roll in. You know, Boston College was his first Power 5 offer. That he just visited West Virginia over the weekend and picked up an offer from the Mountaineers, and they're heavy in the state of Michigan, and that they've been for a little bit, but I can see that starting to increase. He had a really good visit there. They're going to be a factor in his recruitment. He heads to Boston College next weekend, who, like I said, has already offered. He also visited Michigan State. They have not offered yet. He was good at their camp in the summer, was good at the Wayne State Showcase. So I know the Spartans are interested, along with several other schools, but he's rising quickly. Had an excellent start to his junior season, 6'5", 270 pounds. So you can't teach that.
All right, well, let's get an update with what's happening in the world of the 4-star wideout from River Rouge, Nick Marsh. He's having a really good season. Question is, will he stay committed to Michigan State? Because here they come.
Yes, so he is still committed to Michigan State, but with everything going on there, I think some of the commits are going to look around, and other schools are circling and seeing that there's some opportunity. And Nick is certainly one of the top commits in their class, if not, considered the best by a lot of the services. And he's having the type of season that backs that up. And so Colorado came in and offered. There's not a more notable team right now in the country, even in the aftermath of their loss to Oregon. They are still a program that gets a lot of run on social media, a lot on television. You're seeing the improvement under Deion Sanders. And so they came in and offered Nick. And I think he's going to at least hear them out. We'll see if he ends up taking a visit out there. I do think it's possible that he will take other visits, but he has not set any or announced any of those yet. So all we know for the moment is that other schools are trying, and Deion Sanders has come in with an offer to Colorado for Nick Marsh. I don't think they're going to be the last new offer of this fall. So stay tuned on that one, because he's having the type of season that is going to make a lot of schools come after him. And I think that's even if everything at Michigan State was stable, these schools would still be coming at him.
Absolutely. And talk about fun. Just for the experience alone, I would love to be in Colorado and just see what that recruiting trip would be like, the experience that Prime and others would offer him.
I mean, where else can you go to have Lil Wayne walk
Exactly.
the head coach out performing? I don't know. There's not another school in the country that offers that experience right now.
No doubt about it, and you know it's only going to grow. All right, we're going to wrap it up with a big back out of Plymouth, Michigan. They just beat Canton pretty good last week, and in fact, they led 21-0 at the half before eventually the final score being 35-14. Jackson McKay got 22 carries, 181 yards, and a touchdown.
I think it's nice to know that in this age of recruiting, you can still rise as a senior. A lot of the time, it's harder now if you're a senior who goes into the fall without some opportunities. He did have a couple offers, but nothing at the FBS level. But Michigan's come in this week, had him on a visit, and offered him a preferred walk-on. And you've seen Michigan play preferred walk-ons before, including at running back. True Wilson from Warren De La Salle ended up getting a lot of carries there as a walk-on. They played the Gash kid last year, who was a preferred walk-on. They will give their preferred walk-ons plenty of opportunity. So that's a good chance for him to go somewhere and play. Although I do think that some MAC schools are about to come in with some offers. He's got schools kicking the tires on him from Toledo, Western Michigan, Bowling Green. Schools like that are interested. So you don't see big backs like this everywhere, and he's not just a big guy. He's got some ability to move and break some longer runs at that size. And so I think this is just the beginning for him. I think he will look at this preferred walk-on opportunity for Michigan, but I think some full scholarship offers are on the horizon.
All right, well, Alan, if people want to be in the know, if they can't get enough of this stuff, where should they follow you?
Yeah, so I'm on 24/7 Sports. Our articles are on there, and you can you do have to subscribe to see a lot of it, but there's some stuff for free on there as well. Certainly the profiles for the kids and who's offered them and those sort of things is all available for free. I am on X, or if you still call it Twitter, I am on there. Alan True, ALLENTRIEU. We post a lot of the latest news from around the state and around the Midwest, really, on my Twitter, and then the 24/7 Sports Twitter if you want to follow national recruiting as well. Then obviously here once a week.
Absolutely, and do yourself a favor and do it. Pay the subscription. It's worth it. If recruiting is something that just jazzes you up, which it does for a lot of us around here, we love talking about it, and there's always new things happening, and the way things used to, traditionally take place, it's a lot different now, especially with early signing day and all of those things, and with so much, I won't say tumult, but a lot of things happening at universities and in programs, all of a sudden the games just kind of start changing. So Alan True's a guy you want to stay in the know with. Alan, thanks again. We'll do it again next week.
You might not realize it, but tonight you made a difference. Tonight you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry
Howie's! Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Leeboy, Sonnabogan, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
All right, everybody, I am here with the president and CEO of the Michigan Association of Broadcasters, Sam Clement. Sam, thanks so much for being here with us tonight.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, of course. Tell us a little bit about your association, what your goals are.
So the Michigan Association of Broadcasters, we represent all the TV and radio stations in the state. And our goal is, one, to just ensure that those stations exist for a long period of time. But two, we want to encourage other people to get involved in TV and radio in the state. And so this is a great opportunity to talk about that, and we're really excited about the future of our industry.
You guys do a ton for the community. Talk to me about most of the events that you guys hold.
Yeah, we hold a number of them throughout the year, but our next big one is November 2nd at Ford Field. It's called our Great Lakes Broadcast and Sports Media Academy. And this is an opportunity for students who are interested in media to learn about every aspect of it, whether it's on-air, engineering, sales. And we have a wonderful roster of great people: John Jansen, Jehu Kalker, guys who have played in the NFL who have now transitioned to the media side, and you get to learn from them as well.
And where can our viewers go to learn more information about your guys' association?
2 websites. So michiganmedia.com is where you can register for the academy, and then BeThereMichigan.com is where you can find all the information about jobs in broadcast media in the state.
All right, Sam, thanks so much for being here, and go check out those websites for more information. Evan?
Kara, thank you, and special thanks to Sam as well. I just don't know about the lineup of guests that they get. I don't know if you could see in that footage. Last year they had this one guy talking on the play-by-play panel. I don't know about that guy. His name was Evan Stockton. I don't know if I take his advice, Anywho. Great football game going on here. DeWitt leading Grand Ledge 27-24. And Grant, for anyone who's just flipping on this game, congratulations. You found an awesome football game to watch. DeWitt comes out roaring, but Grand Ledge, who already was playing with their backup quarterback, he gets hurt. The center gets hurt. Grand Ledge has found a way to shuffle guys in and out of the lineup, stay in the ball game, and oh, by the way, we're about to get the ball to start the second half.
Yeah, and it could have gone the other way. DeWitt came out really hot. I mean, he got out to a 20-7 lead there early on, and it looked like this was, kind of becoming a landslide. But Grand Ledge stuck in there, and they found a spark in Kingston Nixon. Their freshman plays some cornerback, plays some receiver, but they've thrown him in that quarterback, thrown him into the fire here in the homecoming night. And he's done a fantastic job. Really, honestly, gave them a spark to get back into this game. And we're sitting here starting the second half, and it's a 3-point game.
DeWitt and Grand Ledge played a classic last year. Grand Ledge won 56-49. They got the monkey off their back a little bit against DeWitt. DeWitt had won 5 straight against Grand Ledge. Grand Ledge, a program with a proud history. They won the state title in 2000. They made the playoffs 21 times. Last year, a bit of return to form. They made it to the regionals. They won a couple of playoff games. And the team they lost to, no slouch. They lost to Caledonia, who gave Belleville a heck of a battle in the Division I championship. On the other side of things for DeWitt, that student section has had a lot to cheer about. They've made the semifinals at least in every year since 2018. That's 5 straight years of making at least the semis. They made the state finals in 20 and 21. They won their school's first ever state championship in 2020. And it's always interesting, Grant, to talk to coaching staffs at programs like DeWitt, where every year you're expected to be good. And they admitted that, yeah, there's always pressure, but because this is a young team with a lot of juniors, a lot of sophomores, not a lot of seniors, it's almost like naivete is bliss. Ignorance is bliss is the phrase I was looking for. Because these guys are young, they don't quite feel the pressure yet that maybe they should.
Yeah, right. And the coach said that. He said, these are a young group of kids that have seen the excellence, been a part of it, but haven't contributed solely to it yet. And they're learning that this is the tradition, right? This is the expectation. But they're doing a good job of not making that the end all be all. And they're in for a good one here. Really good conference matchup, coming really right down to the wire here early on.
Mac Foreman setting up the blocks. No flags, which means a great return for Grand Ledge. And an offense that scored the final 10 points of the first half. Excellent starting field position to start the second half. 37, Kingston Nixon remains the quarterback. Quick refresher for you. Preston Bonet, number 22, the converted wide receiver. The acting quarterback, the starter coming into tonight because Jamison Patton, their starter, got hurt a couple of weeks ago. Then Bonet on a tough tackle in the first half. He's injured and apparently out. We saw him limping off the field at the end of the first half. All Nixon has done is run for 2 touchdowns. He gives here to Foreman, who's got real estate. 1 play, 1 first down for Grand Ledge. Moving again.
Good start here by Grand Ledge. You want to come out of that halftime, you want to get at least 2 first downs, right? Then you start focusing on, all right, let's get this to the end zone. They come out with an explosive run for a first down to Mac Foreman. And there's a number that's in the game, number 28, Anthony Baker, a freshman running back. So a little bit of a freshman duo in the backfield right now. I want to see him get a little, some touches. He has showed some really explosive plays for this team. I mean, a 75-yard run versus Ottawa to start the season, a 36-yard touchdown run in that same game. So he's got some potential. Just hasn't seen the ball yet too much today.
Nixon had some miscommunication. First time today, the freshman, 3rd-string quarterback has looked a little rattled out there, and it's a short loss.
Yeah, short loss. They were going split zone there, so that field running back that crossed his face first is just going to go block the end man in the line of scrimmage to the backside of the play. He should have turned and gave it there to Anthony Baker. Anthony Baker had his hands up ready for the handoff. But just, hey, it's his first day at quarterback, so, he's going to run in some bumps. But time and time again tonight, he's responded.
All the way running left, and he's got room. Kingston Nixon. Big gain, first down, Grand Ledge again.
Just running that QB lead. If you watched the play closely, you saw Mac Foreman, number 11, lead the way, and he absolutely just uplifted number 44, Cooper Chambers, who's one of their most physical players on defense for DeWitt, that is. But they're setting the tone here early. Grand Ledge is trying to upset this homecoming night.
Again, Nixon is a freshman, 3rd-string quarterback. You would never know it watching him since he came in the second quarter. He keeps again. Real estate again. And then he's tripped up after a gain of about 5. Grant, you made a great point off the air at halftime. There are certain runners who are just so adept at leaning forward for extra yardage. They run low to the ground. That's exactly what Nixon is doing.
Yeah, does a fantastic job of that and doesn't shy away from contact. Some guys, especially younger kids that haven't been at that varsity level yet, hasn't experienced the speed and the power of some of these older classmen. They kind of tense up at the point of contact or go down a little bit early. I mean, Kingston Nixon is running like a true running back right now and won't be denied.
This drive humming. Grand Ledge trying to take their first lead of the night. And this is going to put them in reverse. So the false start moves them behind the original line of scrimmage and makes it second down and much longer. That can happen sometimes, Grant, with a freshman quarterback coming on. It's not just freshman inexperience, but also new quarterback, new snap count.
Yep. And those are things that you got to work on, and they haven't had the time. I don't know if this was, the prepared backup quarterback to the backup, but nonetheless, he's figuring it out in the line of fire here, and he's going to run into some false starts along the way.
He keeps and couldn't slip free. Pressure coming from the backside, and Dominic Ryan, who the DeWitt coaching staff can't say enough good things about, makes the tackle.
Mm-hmm. And Kingston Nixon's a little slow to get up. Dominic Ryan on the tackle there. Hopefully Kingston can walk this one off, but nonetheless here, another quarterback injury for Grand Ledge.
I mean, I don't think we're speaking out of pocket for any team watching, any fan watching, as now Kingston Nixon gets off the field and can't put any weight on his leg. I don't care who you're rooting for. How can you not feel for Grand Ledge? This is horrible to see. Oh, my goodness. The third-string freshman who's looked great tonight is coming off the field. Oh, my goodness. Now what do you do?
It's a tough sight to see. You're going through your emergency playbook here. It looks like Mac Foreman might take the helm. Number 2's coming in as well. So they got to adjust on the fly. Live bullets are flying everywhere. Guys are going down. This is a big conference game. Things happen, but it's very rare when you're on your 4th-string quarterback. So let's see if Grand Ledge can find another spark in another young, up-and-coming quarterback here.
Waganke is the new quarterback. And another flag. Number 2, Gavin Waganke, listed on the roster as a quarterback, a wide receiver, and a defensive back. This Grand Ledge team has seen their senior starter, Jamison Patton, get hurt 2 weeks ago. Today, the backup Bonet, the third stringer Nixon have both left the game. And if you would ask Gavin Waganke before the game, hey, Gavin, you getting in at quarterback? That's what you told him. He'd go, I am?
He would look at you and be just as confused as we are up here right now with just how this quarterback position has turned out so far for Grand Ledge tonight. You hate to see it. You want your best players on the field, and you want it to be a fair match. But nonetheless, it's football and things happen.
Third down and a long way to go. Waganke's first pass is caught by McCartney. You have got to be kidding me. Grand Ledge first down, the 4th-string quarterback just threw a great pass.
And when you're in the line of fire, you have to respond. And then they bring in their 4th quarterback, Gavin Waganke, and they throw a beautiful ball. He throws a beautiful ball to Noah McCartney, a little out route. Coverage is soft, right? 3rd and 18. You're not going to give up the touchdown. You let the out route, be completed, but you got to come up and make the tackle there. And a Grand Ledge just finds sparks in these new guys. You got to love to see the confidence in these kids when they come in and take down these roles.
Grand Ledge has 1st and goal. Ball's at the 9. Give Foreman lowering his shoulder. He will not go down. He is down just short of the goal line. What a run, Mac Foreman.
Great run. They go a little outside zone there with a little lead blocker, and then Foreman just finds a hole in the outside zone. It's essentially a stretch play, right? You're waiting. You're trying to hit the outside leg of that tackle, but sometimes that defense overplays it, gives you an opportunity to cut north and south. He does there and drags about 3 DeWitt defenders with him to that 1-2 yard line.
Can Grand Ledge take the lead on their 4th-string quarterback? Wagenke gives, and they can take the lead. It is the freshman Anthony Baker. This is one heck of a story developing at DeWitt High School.
Been waiting for Anthony Baker's number to be called all night. They give it to him on the 1 yard line and say, hey, big fella, go put it in. Does a fantastic job of driving through contact, finishing strong, and giving this Grand Ledge offense and team a boost that they need.
Anthony Baker scored a 2-yard touchdown last week. He's got another one this week. Faces young and old have put Grand Ledge in front for the first time today. Remarkable. Alta Equipment knows when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alta Equipment partners with the biggest names in construction with industry-leading service and support. Give them a call, 844-GO-TO-ALTA. Grant, all I'm thinking about right now, as Grand Ledge has got the lead on their 4th-string quarterback, the backup and the 3rd stringer have gotten hurt in this game for Grand Ledge. I was once told by a college professor in journalism school, never call something unbelievable, because if it's unbelievable, then how is it happening? If there's ever a time to call something unbelievable, it's kind of what's going on for Grand Ledge and all this adversity they've battled through tonight.
Yeah, and this kind of feels like a story that we would hear going into a preparation for a week, right? We talk to a new coach each week from each team, and this is a story that you kind of feel like you'd hear about and not be a part of and not witness it. Because going through 4 quarterbacks, unheard of. But having success with all of them is really unheard of. And they just took the lead here late, mid-3rd quarter, and they've really kind of quieted this homecoming crowd down.
Grand Ledge about to send it back to DeWitt. Line drive kick fielded at the 5. It's a chance for a return for Ridley. Jansen Ridley with real estate. And blocking. Shoved out of bounds right near the 20. Little crack in a crevice for Jensen, and he did the rest down the sidelines.
Just when that crowd gets quiet, Jensen Ridley finds a way to get this crowd back into it. Fields the ball, hits the gap north and south, and just outruns the rest of the defenders. Runs through the kicker's tackle, but the freshman Anthony Baker with the touchdown-saving tackle. But here, DeWitt is in a fantastic position to go put points right back on the board and reclaim this lead.
What a place to start this drive. Ball's at the 20. Give Lilly. Only carried it a couple of times tonight. Grand Ledge defense swallowing him after a gain of maybe 3.
But, I mean, Robert Lilly has to have top 3 ball security in the mid-Michigan area. I mean, just fantastic job by him, just covering the ball with both hands, understanding the situation in which we can't afford turnovers here. We've let Grand Ledge back into this game, and they have momentum. Good job holding on to the ball, and good job picking up a few yards here on 1st down.
A lot of moving parts. Abram Larner's got the ball. And he's fighting for a 1st down. Crowd wanted a late flag. They didn't get it. But DeWitt's moving the sticks.
Just a little reverse there to Abram Larner, just trying to figure out different ways to get him involved. Does a good job. They fakes the reverse to the field, fake the run to the field, and they just hit the reverse. They got the pulling guards, everyone at the point of attack. Picks up the 1st down, puts them DeWitt in a 1st and goal.
Can DeWitt answer right back? This is Moore fighting and stretching near the goal line. He's not in yet. Trav Moore's already got a couple of touchdowns tonight. Up to the line go the Panthers. They've run the Jalen Hurts tush-push play a lot tonight. They'll run it one more time. Is Larner in? Unpack those bodies. Third down.
Ronnie Grand Ledge was ready for that one. You could kind of tell the fullback there kind of got right behind the quarterback. I mean, I'm talking maybe 5 inches behind the quarterback. Quarterback dropped his foot immediately. That's an indication that he's going to just lean forward for that QB sneak. And I wouldn't be surprised if they give this one to Trav Moore here.
There it is. Leaning ahead. Touchdown number 3 tonight. DeWitt answers back.
And the old saying goes, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You couldn't get the quarterback in with the Hurts push. How about you just give it to your hard-nosed runner here? Just a little power, misdirection snap, snaps it to the receiver, tight end, running back, whatever you want to call him. He plays it all, does it well, in the end zone for his 3rd touchdown. And DeWitt reclaims the lead there.
Another shot for Jonathan Swartz to make an extra point. And it's good. You know, the way that Trav Moore is playing tonight, Grant, reminds me of that Catholic Central St. Mary's game we did a few weeks ago. Jaden Pyden for Catholic Central did a little bit of everything. Same deal for Moore. I mean, he's a sophomore who clearly they think highly of his athleticism. They just get him the ball and let him make a little magic out there.
Yeah, and sometimes when you have a player that you just know can do everything, you just let him do everything. He's got an offer from Toledo as a sophomore, so he's got a really bright future ahead of him.
The DeWitt Panthers got to the state title game a lot, could never win one until that strange 2020-21 COVID year. The season stopped and started too many times. I don't want to remember how many. But DeWitt finally got to play River Rouge in the Division III championship. Ty Holtz, Tommy McIntosh, a master class in front of a crowd of dozens at Ford Field. Panthers went on to win their first ever state championship. That was a very strange year for all involved. But at the end of it, Mark Ewell from the MHSA got to give his son, Grant, who was one of the best players on that DeWitt team, the state championship trophy. And that is exactly why the MHSA fought so hard to play sports during COVID, so they could have moments like that. Now, if Mark Ewell wanted to give the trophy to his son, that's a whole other idea, but that's a conversation for another time. Foreman bobbled the return, picked it up again, and just dropped to his knees right at the 25. Grant, you do have to wonder, down the stretch of this game, as Foreman walks off the field angry. Again, Grand Ledge on their 4th quarterback. Gavin Wagenke was the guy who came into the game, relieving Nixon, who had relieved Bonet, who was starting in the place of Patton. You've just got to wonder what their offense looks like the rest of the way.
You know, you got to imagine it's kind of in the same realm. Don't know if it's going to have that same explosiveness that Kingston Nixon brought to the table. But hey, when Gavin Wagenke took over that last drive, they put it in the end zone.
And this is a run. Darn good one for Anthony Baker to start the drive. He scored the touchdown on the last one. And on this drive, to start it, a very solid gain of 7 yards on first down. Wagenke, the 4th string quarterback, handing to a freshman running back, Baker. This Grand Ledge Ball Club tonight, the definition of resilient. Right back to Baker, this time nothing. Whole bunch of bodies in there. Chambers the one coming up and making a little noise.
Good job there by Chambers. Chambers, got blocked real hard by Foreman on that last drive, wanted a little payback, got in the backfield, made a play, accompanied by his partner Tyler Dusso. Really good job there. And making it a 3rd and 2 to 3, which in normal circumstances is a very normal, a down and distance that you can get. But you got to remember, you're on your 4th quarterback, so anything can happen here. You got to play it safe and just try to get north and south if you're Grand Ledge, and if you're DeWitt, try to control that line of scrimmage because you got to assume it's going to be some type of run or a short pass.
Running option left, 3rd down short. got it with ease. Wagenke pitched it out to Baker, and Grand Ledge moving the sticks, first down.
Really good job there. They just go to the speed option, another perimeter play that really can just freeze that defensive end. They get Jacob Skofar at the defensive end position. They have to make him make a decision. Do I take the ball carrier or do I take the guy with the pitch option? In that situation, they freeze him, and then you're taught to go right at him, make him sit still, and then pitch off him. They do. Anthony Baker collects the yardage for a much-needed first down.
Run it again with Baker. Oh, he slipped a man with a nasty stiff arm, and then Larner makes the tackle, but not before. Another gain of 4 yards.
Good gain of 4 yards. That 2-8 on the back of his jersey, I blinked really quickly, and I didn't know if I saw Anthony Baker or Adrian Peterson. Nonetheless, great stiff arm. Good gain on first down. And this Grand Ledge offense is finding ways to get the ball moving, which is, props to them on that, facing adversity, and they're responding.
Baker family, I want you to timestamp that. 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Grant Perry just compared your baby boy to one of the greatest running backs in the history of football. Former Detroit Lion Adrian Peterson, people forget. They were cycling through running backs that year. Wagenke keeps his legs moving. He did not gain the first down, but he got darn close. Reese Baker wrapped him up.
Another good scheme run, gap scheme run there with a read option on the end of it. Just a counter play. They're going to pull the backside guard and backside tackle, that being Tyler Kaninsky and Ryan Beatty. They pulled them to the front side, which makes that defensive end. His key is to go flat down the line of scrimmage and chase the back end of that the offensive lineman. Gavin Wagenke does what he's supposed to do, reads it, keeps the ball, picks up much-needed yardage there to make this a third down and short.
They converted third and short last time. It's Baker again, converting this time. The freshman still on his feet. Anthony Baker pushed out of bounds. Another excellent run. He does not look like a freshman.
I've been waiting to see Anthony Baker get going because on film he shows up everywhere. And as a freshman, we're not in college anymore here, but as a freshman doing business, just running through tackles, saying, "Get off me, Jaden, get off me," and then out running guys, beating guys to the edge. Really good job. Throws another stiff arm, gets him a few extra yards at the end of the run. Anthony Baker is a guy that's stepping up when they need a little bit of a spark. He's doing a really good job here and really moving those chains for Grand Ledge.
Timeout on the field. DeWitt forced to take one because their defense gassed. I was kind of chuckling in my head, Grant, when you compared Anthony Baker to Adrian Peterson. No one should be laughing because on that run, he did look like Adrian Peterson.
Broke through the line of scrimmage, got to the third level defender and started taking off. And just doing a fantastic job on the ground. And really just moving these chains. And they're looking for sparks anywhere they can get them. First and second quarter, in came Kingston Nixon, gave him a spark to get him back in the game. He goes down. Kevin Wagenke, a little unexperienced at the quarterback position, obviously as a four-stringer. So they bring in Anthony Baker to bring a spark, and he's doing just that.
Lawrence Technological University, located in gorgeous Southfield, Michigan. Among the largest college of architecture and design in the nation. Come visit the campus next week. It's homecoming. Visit ltu.edu. Grand Ledge offense back on the field. A Grand Ledge offense that has seen two different quarterbacks and a center leave with injury tonight. But remarkably, they are on the verge of scoring again. Gavin Wagenke, off the bench cold, has led this offense right back down the field. Give Baker. Spinning inside the 10.
Grand Ledge here just want to keep moving forward 2-3 yards at a time. First down there, that's not bad. Get a few yards there, get a good play in that you feel comfortable with, and they're going with a little bit of a spread look here. And DeWitt runs this 3-3-3-4 type of look, so they got 3 down linemen, and it really splits the box open, right? Opens it up and gives you an advantage in the run game. So I expect him to stay to that.
Wagenke, quick throw, open man McCartney, who was escorted out of bounds by Bender right around the 5.
I spoke too soon on that one. They go to a little bubble action into the boundary. That's a good play there. But, in the boundary, there's not a lot of room, so those defenders have an easier time reacting and traveling to that ball carrier. But nonetheless, they're switching up the tempo there. They're throwing a different look out there. They're saying, hey, we can throw it too still. We'll give guys opportunities on the edges. But third down and goal here, and Grand Ledge has got to knock on this door.
What do they draw up on a third down goal from the 5? They give it to Baker, who is not in. They'll spot him around the 2, and Grand Ledge got to make a decision.
And, with the circumstances that they have faced, I think the only option is just to go, just say, hey, you know what, I trust you guys. Let's go out there and do it. Let's try to get as many points as we can. We're down to our 4th-string quarterback. We don't know if we're going to get back down this close to the end zone. Let's go for 6 here and see if we can get it in.
Homecoming crowd trying to spur their DeWitt Panthers to a stop. And a flag. This may change the decision. It's an offside on DeWitt. The groan from the crowd when they saw offsides. And now Grand Ledge will bring, or at least they were trying to bring in Mac Foreman. Now he leaves. Big bodies coming in. They don't have to snap it again in the third quarter if they don't want to. They will not. To the 4th. In a football game that has so many storylines, there's no way in the world we can tell them all to you. What we do know, this is a great game. DeWitt's up by 3, but Grand Ledge has a 4th and goal from the 1 when we start the 4th after this.
You might not realize it, but tonight you made a difference. Tonight you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry Howie's.
At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Lieboy, Bogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
Every high school sporting event in the state of Michigan has one thing in common: officials. Every game, every meet, every match. Without officials, there'd be no touchdowns, no three-pointers, no face-offs. Without officials, there'd be no games. Officiating is a great way to give back to your community and stay involved with the sports you love. And officials are needed now more than ever, because without officials, it's just practice.
What a way to start the 4th. Grand Ledge on their 4th-string quarterback has 4th down and goal. The offense is on the field from the 1-yard line. Gavin Wagenke on the field. Power offense for Grand Ledge, trying to take the lead right back. And Grand Ledge calls a timeout. All these timeouts so important in a ball game like this that is coming right down to the wire. Utterly remarkable what is going on here tonight. In case you're just joining us, Grand Ledge, the story Grant and I were talking about top of the broadcast, they had Preston Bonet, a converted wide receiver, playing quarterback because the regular starter, Jamison Patton, unfortunately suffered a season-ending injury a couple of weeks ago. Well, today, Bonet gets hurt. They have to bring in Kingston Nixon, a freshman who looked great, but then the third-string quarterback gets hurt. Now you're on the fourth string, and somehow Grand Ledge is still in this game.
Different sparks from different players. It's really what shows what kind of team you are. When other guys can't carry the load or have fallen short of the mark, it's up to other teammates and other people on this team to provide a spark. And when you're 5-0 and you're trying to change your program's destiny and past, when these other guys step up, that's how it's done. Grand Ledge is 5-0 and 3-0 in their conference for a reason, and they're showing it here with all their heart and dedication here late in the game.
Legenke Fields on 4th down and goal. Grand Ledge trying to get to the goal line. They did. Second effort, it's a touchdown. These Comets will not quit.
And when in doubt, give it to your big freshman Anthony Baker and let him lean forward. At first, it looked like he was going to get stopped and not get it, but he just falls forward, fights for it, and number 50 provides a great push. Does a fantastic job of number 50 being Ryan Beatty, understanding the situation, understanding that, hey, my teammate's got to get in the end zone. Does a fantastic job with the push.
Pilcher made a field goal earlier. Now he's knocking through the PAT. Back and forth we go. Remarkable football game going on at DeWitt High School tonight. I need a breather. Let's go down to the sidelines. Kara standing by.
Well, Yellow Flag Productions followed around superfans for Detroit's professional sports team and made a documentary about it. Roar in the D, a fan story, premieres October 1st, and you can watch it on Channel 7 Detroit or on Yellow Flag Productions YouTube channel.
Look at that. So much Honolulu blue. Kind of looks like Lambeau Field last night.
Great win by Detroit. I mean, just really, that interception early on had us all nervous, but man, they came through and they had a fantastic win last night, dominating fashion.
That street's going to be darn busy the next couple of days. Miguel Cabrera, his last couple of games as a Tiger. Last I checked, he had 2 doubles today. Ford Field will be rocking again next Sunday when the Carolina Panthers come to town. I would expect the Lions to be favored against that Carolina team. Grand Ledge in front. They just scored on a 4th down and goal. And they'll squib the kick. Fielded on the run. And tackled across the 35. That's Brandon Beckner on the return.
And you got to imagine that they're giving up that that position on the 40-yard line versus on their own 20. Jensen Ridley and Abram Larner have had some really good returns today, so I think they're playing it safe, avoiding kicking it to those dangerous, explosive guys, and they'll say, hey, you know what, you march up from your own 36, and we'll fight from there.
We have said so many great things about Grand Ledge tonight, and with good reason. They're on their 4th-string quarterback. But this DeWitt team, on their last drive, scored again. This time, Elliot Larner keeps, and he's got a lot of room. Elliot Larner, 1st down, spinning into Grand Ledge territory. They mark him down at the 48.
They do a fantastic job, and it's got to be a little bit of that telekinesis twin power there. Abram Larner comes around. It looks like he's getting the sweep, but they're running the Allen Iverson, hide it behind your back, reverse to the field, not reverse sweep with Elliot Larner, and then 2 leading blockers, and they had the numbers there. Really good play, and Larner Elliott does a fantastic job of really tucking that ball and making it hard for defenders to see where it's at.
A motion more, keep it with Larner. Real estate again. 1st down, Elliot Larner again. DeWitt in business again.
DeWitt in business. Gabe Lopez there on the tackle alongside Zachariah Jones. But really good job there by Elliot Larner, just approaching the line of scrimmage. It's supposed to be inside, in between the tackles, the A and B gap type run, but it all closes down and he bounces it outside. Defense loses their contain and picks up the 1st down.
Power formation for DeWitt. Moving parts. Abram Lerner's got the football. And he's across the 35-yard line up to the 34. So the DeWitt student section making noise. The band's happy. Had a really great performance on their homecoming halftime, by the way. In the Air Tonight by Phil Collins was played, so how in the world can you complain? But you can kind of sense in this stadium a little bit of an uneasy feeling with so much ball game to go. Power pitch right. And that is a DeWitt run on the right side. Larner once again. Check it. That's Trav Moore. Just shy of the first down. It'll be third down and awfully short.
Third down and right in their comfort range. They just were in that wishbone, that 3 back in the backfield, 2 tight ends on the line of scrimmage. Just a straight power attack run scheme. And Trav Moore, just won't be denied. He is a fall forward, aggressive runner. Impressive tackle there by Zachariah Jones, the smaller corner.
Quick give. Moore lost the ball. It is a massive humanity down there. Grand Ledge thought they got it. Their sideline is celebrating. They did not get it. DeWitt somehow fell back on it.
And you've been trusting the stable backfield, and Trav Moore hasn't let you down yet tonight. But right here, he doesn't get the ball fully into his stomach. And, who comes up with the play there? Fantastic job by Jalen McAllister. One of their just fantastic – I think that was actually Gabe Lopez that got the ball out. A blitzing linebacker that came through the line of scrimmage. And it looks like DeWitt still has the ball, though.
Fourth down, awfully short. Got to get to the 27-yard line. Moore, second attempt, leaning ahead. First down, DeWitt. Drives alive.
I really thought for a minute the ref pointed the other direction.
Well, with the way that they held up the fist in the air to signal fourth down. Oh, by the way, the Grand Ledge section was going crazy because they saw the same thing you did.
Yeah,
You're not the only one who was confused there. I was confused too. I'm telling you, that DeWitt crowd, that is not a confident crowd. They're up by 2 scores in the first half.
You don't see a lot of jumping, you don't see a lot of talk, and everyone's just kind of on their toes, hoping that DeWitt comes up with a score here.
The drive is alive. It's taken up some time here in the fourth. Elliott Larner still got the ball and wrestled down hard by McAllister after a gain up inside the 20 of 6.
They've come to this play a lot where it looks like it's a counter to the field. They got 2 guys pulling, but then Elliott Larner just hides the ball behind his hip and picks up some very crucial yardage here. And every yard you pick up right now in this last 8 minutes and 30 seconds is so important. So they're going to stick to this, this run game that feels really good. But then watch out, they might hit you with a pop pass like they did there in the first quarter.
Grand Ledge just called their second timeout. You can't fault either coaching staff for calling timeouts here with the way the game is going and specifically the injury adversity that Grand Ledge is facing. All this means is they continue to call timeouts, that just means the game gets that much shorter and makes every single drive the rest of the way that much more important.
And those have to be crucial timeouts that they're taking there.
Get the lineup in Navy, look for stick.
Time on forward, right? They're in every gap. You just have to push on the track. No, 4, 8, on that last one there. Hey, we're running 60. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. What'd you hear there?
I heard 6. Could be wrong here, but 6 is usually a run to the right, even to the right, odd to the left. Let's see if they run into the boundary here. If I'm wrong, I owe you 10 push-ups.
10 push-ups? Mm-hmm. Wow. I thought you were going to say $10. I'm like, I'll take the $10. Let's see if Grant knows what he's talking about. He usually does. Well, they got the strength of the formation to the right side, so there's check 1. Here you go. Grant was right. Larner running. First down, DeWitt. It's like you played high-level college football.
And you just pick up on a few things here and there, and as you get to college, you kind of forget how simple the game can be, right? 6 to the right, 9 to the left, odd numbers left, and 6, even to the right. But they started in a formation and shifted, right? They wanted to see what the defense was in. They shift, get all their strength to the boundary to the right side, do a fantastic job of securing that edge for Elliot Larner.
Back into the red zone goes DeWitt. First down 10. That ball spotted at the 11. Running right. Larner again tackled inside the 5. Important to note here that DeWitt can get a first down inside the 2 without scoring a touchdown.
Yep, and that's very important, and that might be the coach's goal here, right? Let's get that first down, and let's let this clock drain a little bit more. Let's give Grand Ledge less time with the ball. But with that being said, I mean, they have numbers into the boundary. I expect them to keep going to it. They're picking up 4 or 5 yards a chunk. It's working for them.
Quick snap, Moore. There's a flag down as Moore is into the end zone for the 4th time tonight. But no one on the field thinks it's going to stand. It's an illegal shift on DeWitt. And a football team that has been burned by penalties a lot this year, by their own admission, just had a touchdown wipe out the door.
And then, we'll see if that comes back to bite them. But, when you get into these formations, you got to get set, especially when you shift players. You got to have, everyone set for at least a full 2 seconds. Let the ref know that everyone's in their final alignment, and then snap the ball. 7 minutes left in this homecoming game. Tempers are, high. Emotions are flying. And penalties like that happen, especially with a young team.
So back them up. It's 2nd down, 9. Baker fields the high snap. Running up the middle. Churning forward near the 5. 3rd down on the way.
And they give Reese Baker a snap there. He's a little bit of a power back. A guy that was involved in their offense last year, had 2 touchdowns in that semifinal loss to Muskegon. And a guy that they trusted to carry that rock in between the tackles, very similar to Trav Moore.
It's a homecoming student section that has got a few butterflies. DeWitt just called their 2nd timeout. So we get to say again what we just said a couple of minutes ago. Now each team has burned a couple of timeouts. There is a very realistic possibility that DeWitt and Grand Ledge are only touching the ball once more per side the rest of the game.
Especially with the style of play that they have and kind of the scheme that they bring to the table. Emphasis on run. Pass is kind of a second option for both of these teams, especially Grand Ledge at this point in the game when you're on your 4th-string quarterback. So that's something to keep in mind, like you said, Evan. Possibly only one more touch per team here with 7 minutes left. 7 minutes and 22 seconds to be exact. But we're just going to have to wait and see.
A DeWitt offense that hasn't done a lot of throwing in the 2nd half. Power football has ruled the day. Does it rule the night again on 3rd down short? 4 yards to go. They can get a first down without scoring the touchdown. Larner under center. Giving to Moore. Leaning ahead. Trav. Moore. Rinse. Repeat. That's his 4th touchdown tonight.
Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 for the young man, Trav Moore. And they've all been within 10 yards of that line of scrimmage, or the goal line. Does a fantastic job, runs over his own defender, but that's what you're taught, your zone lineman. But when you see that goal line in sight, you have one mission and one job only, and it's to cross that goal line. He does it on the back of his O-line. Props to that O-line for really getting a good push. They're doing a fantastic job here, led by Luke Nolan and Lincoln Stein.
Extra point up and good, so it's a 3-point game. Trav Moore came into this week with 3 running touchdowns in the first 4 weeks. Tonight he has 4. Crazy. Next week, we head downriver to the Downriver League for our next Game Time Live broadcast. Woodhaven and Gibraltar Carlson on tap. Watch it live Friday, October 6th, 7 o'clock on the State Champs YouTube channel and the simulcast on WJR, 760 a.m. Woodhaven down in the fourth quarter right now, 38-17. And that's going to be a big game for Woodhaven because if they lose tonight, down to 2-4 next week, one of those ball games that you got to win to make the playoffs. Carlson, late in the fourth, is up 28-23 over Trent. Grant, a game like next week's game between Woodhaven and Gibraltar Carlson, no matter what the records end up being, no matter what the storylines end up being, it's fun for you and I. Because this year we've had the chance to come here to Lansing. We've come to the west side. Yes, we've done some games in Metro Detroit. Now next week we go downriver. In a couple of weeks we're going to Traverse City. It's cool to go to all these little different pockets of our state. You forget how darn big it is.
Yeah, you do. And just the level of football at each of these stops along the way has just been fantastic. The crowds have been so into it, the atmosphere. So just it's been fun to watch and to cover all these different areas of Michigan.
Noah McCartney on the return, and he gets across the 30-yard line. We say it again because it bears repeating. Grand Ledge started this game with Preston Bonet playing quarterback, a backup, a converted wide receiver. He's injured and out. Kingston Nixon came in, injured and out. So now the four-string quarterback, Gavin Wagenke, who has already led a couple of scoring drives for Grand Ledge, brings the boys back on the field, down by 3 at their own 33, with 7:10 to go and 1 timeout. I don't know if Gavin expected this when he woke up this morning, but that's exactly what he's got. He fields the snap and rolls. Facing pressure reset. First time tonight DeWitt gets home. A big-time rush for a big-time loss for Charlie Windsor.
And they're just doing a little roll pass here. They fake it, and this is where experience comes into play. A little bit of a better fake might have bought him more time on the perimeter. But when you have an edge rusher in Jacob Skorfar, it's going to be a lights out for you. And also on that tackle right there, number 45 did a fantastic job. Really just got in the backfield. Charlie Windsor with the big sack and setting them back to a second and very long.
The ball is spotted at the 20. It is second down and 23. They got to get to the 43. On the ground, couple of yards. Baker does get ahead across the 20 to the 23. And now, Grant, you got to figure out what in the heck you have in the playbook for a four-string quarterback and third down and forever.
Yeah, you got to be smart here. You have 6 minutes left. You have the opportunity here, if you don't convert, to get a stop on defense and get one more possession if the time allows. But what you don't want to do here is give up a free play for the defense, right? You don't want to let them score here or a big turnover that puts them in scoring prime position.
Third down, 20. Wagenke rolling. Pressure coming. He throws along the sidelines. That is a completed catch. Jones makes the catch. He's short, but this is still an outstanding effort.
Yeah, and Gavin Wagenke just trusts it. He stays with it. Cooper Chambers, number 44, is on his tail, throws it right to Zachariah Jones, and Zachariah Jones with the beautiful tiptoe touch on the sideline. I mean, just so impressive how he got that left foot down, retained possession, and gave them a fourth in here in about 6 or 7 that they can make happen, right? Versus a fourth and 18, 19 yards.
Grand Ledge and their four-string quarterback are alive. That ball's at the 38. They got to get to the 43. Do they have any pixie dust left? Wagenke looking around and thrown incomplete. DeWitt gets the stop, and they got the ball back.
and with experience at quarterback, you understand what the defense starts giving you, right? That was flat man coverage, cover zero. Everyone's got a man, and they're going to be bringing about 5 or 6 guys trying to sack you. As a quarterback, you hope that you have a good play on where you can have a man beater win and get in space. Right there, the pocket kind of collapsed. Gavin Wagenke has to step up. It isn't on time with his. It looked like it was a corner route there to Ben McDiarmid, and it just didn't connect. Nonetheless, they turn it over here, and DeWitt is here in a great position to go up with 2 scores with just 5 minutes left.
Remember, each team's got that 1 timeout left. DeWitt starting in Grand Ledge territory, 38-yard line. Running all the way right. Room on the right side. Trav Moore brought down by Foreman, but not until he gained 8.
The crowd's calling for a little horse collar there, but I think he got a little bit of the jersey, low on the jersey, not a horse collar. Horse collar is up near the shoulder pad area, near the neck area, and that penalty is into play because of it. When you get pulled back like that, running forward, it's very, very prone to causing leg injuries. Famous injury that happened when Terrell Owens, really bad injury from a horse collar, which kind of helped that penalty grow and just to help the player's safety. But I think that was a good no call. I think it was just a tug of the jersey.
Once again, DeWitt with a power run. And once again, DeWitt's got a first down. Trav Moore. If anyone ever deserved an ice bath, it's this guy after this game that he's played tonight.
Mm-hmm, yep, an ice bath, some Neosporin for those cuts, a little icy hot on the back, for carrying this team alongside some other playmakers that they have. But 4 rushing touchdowns, just running hard. You can't ask for more out of your players. Came in tonight, there was 10 rushing touchdowns between the twins, Abram and Elliott, and number 8 there, Trav, said, hey, I'm going to get my name in there too. And he's tacking them on here tonight.
And now DeWitt in clock killing mode, under 4 minutes to go. Another flag. This time it's on Grand Ledge. They jumped. That's a student section that's pretty excited right now, but a couple of minutes ago they weren't smiling like that. Grand Ledge had them scared.
Yep, they hit back against the wall. The student section was kind of sitting there on their toes. But right now, DeWitt's in the driving position, and another first down here could really put this game out of reach.
Awesome crowd here tonight. Great to come out to the Lansing area. CAAC Blue Conference as advertised tonight. Snap to Baker, who is still somehow on his feet. I can't believe they didn't whistle that play dead 3 seconds ago. Good run for Baker. Awfully close to a first down. Look at this setting tonight. Grant, I've had the pleasure to come up here to DeWitt before and see that fire-breathing Panther scoreboard and see the community support. Their coach, Rob Zimmerman, said to us earlier this week, look, we're 2-2 and they're still selling out every game. That tells you all you need to know about this community.
Mm-hmm. And the crowd tonight has just been fantastic. Going to the little men's room here at halftime, I could barely get through the crowd. Just so many people, just electric atmosphere. And everyone in this side of the field is hoping for a DeWitt win here late on.
Running the football. Not much needed. A little bit more gain. A first down for DeWitt. Grand Ledge only has that 1 timeout left, and Zimmerman and the coaching staff firmly in clock-killing mode, trying to get out of Dodge with a dub.
And this is just playing right into their scheme. Power running, eat the clock, control the line of scrimmage is what they've been doing all day. Did have their back against the ropes here early on, but they found a way to get back into that driver position and kind of just take control of this game. And right now, the clock is their best friend. Their field position is their best friend. And it's looking good right now for DeWitt. And if you're Grand Ledge, you're the coaches, you rip the ball, rip it out, right, while you have the opportunity still when they're still running the ball.
Another run. This is Larner, spun down, and Grand Ledge will burn the last timeout. The clock should be stopped. They're going to add a couple seconds back on. There should be about 1:52 to go. Hungry Howie's a great partner of the State Champs Networks, Mr. Football, and Anvil Awards. Tonight, order a little love, hope, and pizza. Help make a difference when ordering Hungry Howie's and their goal of donating $5 million to the National Breast Cancer Foundation. Go order your pizza at hungryhowies.com. Here's a look at our Mr. Football Top 10. This is listed alphabetically. It's not in terms of who potentially could win the thing. There are some excellent players on that list, and the top 10 for the Anvil Award as well. Kari Jackson, Jeremiah Beasley, Brandon Davis Swain. That's pretty darn good 3. Brandon Davis Swain going to Colorado. There was this rumor flying around that Dion was at the game last week. He wasn't at the game because he had to coach a game at Oregon. But get ready to see Deion Sanders around Metro Detroit a lot because A, there's a lot of talent here, and B, the top junior in America is a quarterback named Bryce Underwood who plays for Belleville. And like every coach in America, Deion Sanders very much wants Bryce Underwood on his team.
Yep. As does every other coach in America. But did see that Bryce Underwood took a little visit out there for a game here not too long ago. So, yeah, like you said, Deion might be around the block. You never know.
And if Deion ever wants to join the broadcast, Coach Prime, you're always welcome, my friend. We will wear sunglasses just for you. If we all could be half as cool as Deion Sanders, that would be remarkable. Fake. Larner still got it. Elliott Larner won't go down. He did not get the first down. He had to get to the 5. They marked him just a hair shy. First down here for DeWitt. Grant, ball game's over.
Yep, it's approaching that time, and junior quarterback Elliott Larner with the veteran savvy move there, it's about 3 to 4 yards from the sideline. Could have fought for extra yardage, but understands that he needs to stay in bounds and let this clock drain. Does a good job there of staying in bounds and really just fighting to stay in bounds and let this clock run.
And it looks like DeWitt's going to let the clock run down as far as they can and then get to the line. They do have one timeout left if they want to get it down to 1 and then call time. Yep, there you go. Zimmerman realized that they weren't going to get the snap off, and he just burned his last timeout. DeWitt's run the Jalen Hurts Philadelphia Eagles push play a lot of times tonight. You'd have to imagine that's what's coming. Down the road in Division III, as we've been watching DeWitt all night, we could see a potential Division III preview in a district final between Mason and DeWitt. And they already played in Week 2 this year, and Mason won 42-23. Stay tuned. If that game happens again, I have a sneaking suspicion we may be covering that game. Grant, we did ask DeWitt's coaching staff earlier this week about Mason, a team that made the semifinals last year. Many consider them, regardless of division, one of the top 5 teams in Michigan. And they admitted, yeah, they're really good. Yeah, this is an excellent group of seniors. But yes, they'd love another chance at Mason. And with the way this offense has looked tonight, you feel like DeWitt is building and building like they do every year.
Mm-hmm. Yep, and the old saying goes, it's hard to beat a team twice, right? So DeWitt, battles through these next few games, and who's to say they don't see Mason again in that district matchup? That'd be a heck of a good one. And if we're not on the call, I'll be watching, that's for sure.
Could be the ball game, 3rd down short. Running Trav Moore. He has got the first down. And DeWitt has got this game on ice. Grand Ledge can't stop it again. Granted, it's kind of a stupid sports cliche, but it feels so apropos tonight. Neither of these teams deserves to lose. When you consider how well DeWitt has played, battled through adversity, all the challenges from Grand Ledge, and a Grand Ledge team that saw 2 different quarterbacks get hurt. They didn't even have their starting quarterback coming into tonight. If there was ever a football team that should not have their heads down after losing, it's Grand Ledge tonight. What an effort.
Yeah, what an effort. I mean, just adversity after adversity, just fighting through it, sticking in this game, taking the lead at different points in this game. And then DeWitt, just the better team on the ground tonight. Just finding the end zone more than Grand Ledge, and with the clock on their side towards the end of the game, they get a stop. But like you said, both teams shouldn't have a loss in the loss column here. They will, and that being Grand Ledge. But both these teams with a valiant effort tonight and a very bright future for both of these seasons going forward.
After a ball game like tonight, all I can think about is what Joel Klatt likes to say on Fox Sports after an awesome Saturday of college football. This was the type of day that made you fall in love with college football all over again. This type of game, these two teams slugging it out, the adversity Grand Ledge went through, the resilience of DeWitt. This is the type of game that makes you just flat fall in love with the sport of football all over again.
Yeah. And if you were to ask me back when it was 20-7, if this would be the final score, I would have said no, absolutely not. Great game all around.
We'll be back to wrap it up from DeWitt High School after this.
From our very first breath, curiosity is why we question everything. Through barrages of whys and how comes, it now needs the tools to will its vision into existence. Tools that allow curiosity to blur the line between technology and magic. Be curious. Make magic. The College of Arts and Sciences at Lawrence Technological University.
You might not realize it, but tonight, you made a difference. Tonight, you ordered a little love, hope, and pizza. Because even though you just ordered a pizza for dinner, that one little purchase helps make a big difference. For every pizza purchased in the month of October, Hungry Howie's will make a donation to the National Breast Cancer Foundation, all on our way to raising $5 million. So this time, you didn't just order pizza. You ordered a little love, hope, and pizza.
Hungry
Howie's! At Alto Equipment, we know when it comes to getting your job completed on budget and on schedule, uptime matters. Alto Equipment has partnered with the biggest names in construction, including Volvo, Lieboy, Sonnebogen, Avant, ASV, and more to provide the state of Michigan with industry-leading service and support. Alto Equipment services all makes and models, and their technicians are available 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Do you have a big project? Alta Rents has you covered with the most diverse rental fleet in Michigan. Give them a call at 844-GO-TO-ALTA today.
All right, everybody, welcome back to DeWitt. I am here with Trav Moore. 4 touchdowns on the night. Trav, how are you feeling?
Fantastic. I mean, great team win. Everybody fought from the start to the finish, so just so proud of this team and everything that we accomplished today.
What was working for you out there?
My line, really, my line. I mean, fantastic blocks up front. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
After that 4th touchdown, your defense was able to go out there and get a huge stop, get you guys the ball back. How big of a momentum shift was that in this game?
That was everything. I think that won us the game. It really did. Our defense stepped up right there, and that's really what we needed.
How good does this win feel, Trav?
Fantastic, fantastic.
All right, thanks so much. Go celebrate. Thank you. Evan, I'm going to send it back up to you.
Kara, thank you. Fantastic job tonight. Moore has a favorite adjective. DeWitt wins the ball game 41-38. Grand Ledge, a football team that does not need to put their heads down. They lost 2 different quarterbacks tonight. They came in with a backup quarterback who started the year as a wide receiver. But a homecoming crowd, Grant Perry, gets to celebrate another win. There's a lot of weapons again for DeWitt. I know they're young, but I would not be stunned again if we're still talking about them right around Thanksgiving time.
Yep, Thanksgiving time, and then again next year, right? The twins, Abram and Elliott are only juniors, so they got a whole nother year, and then Jacob scored far, and then Trav Moore there. They're all young team, but they're figuring it out. 2-2 to coming in this game, and they come out 3-2 with a win over an undefeated opponent. That gives you a lot of confidence and instills a lot into your team, especially a team that has battled through 2 hard-fought losses this year.
You know, I don't know what they have in the water here at DeWitt, but I want some because it's apparently Michael's secret stuff. They're just turning out good football teams year after year, and that student section gets to continue to celebrate dubs. That's it for us. What a ball game. DeWitt beats Grand Ledge 41-38. For Kara, Grant, John, Chuck, everybody helping out tonight. Evan Stockton saying thanks. We'll see you next week. Gibraltar, Carlson, and Woodhaven on tap. We are heading downriver. For now, go enjoy the rest of your Friday night and the rest of your weekend. Thanks for watching.
State Champs Game Time Live is delivered by Hungry Howie's Pizza, celebrating 50 years of flavor. State Champs Game Time Live is also brought to you by Lawrence Technological University. Be curious, make magic. The future of education begins at ltu.edu. Alta Equipment, Michigan's #1 construction equipment provider, proudly representing the industry's top brands. Get the right equipment for your project every time with Alta Equipment. The Construction Association of Michigan, the voice of the construction industry in Michigan. U.S. Navy, transform your life and become part of something bigger. Learn more about naval careers at Navy.com. And the Michigan High School Athletic Association, promoting the value and values of educational athletics.